Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and newcomers alike. My name is Douglas, and today we're ready to start part number 3 of the Banner Saga. You know, this ridiculously long game series we're playing here on the channel. And also, hello there, Stat Hyena. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so very much for that delicious host of yours. I'm sure a lot of new friends will find out about the stream from your hosting. Let's change to the game capture. Let's change to this panel here because it's easier to see things. Not really, but I mean, options, full screen because I don't know what's up with this game. It's really crazy, and every time I close the game, actually let me, there we go, some sound mixing on the fly. Every time I close and reopen this game, it changes back all the default settings, so I have to go back, change the language to English. The difficulty, at least it's not changing, or maybe it is changing. But it's always changed to the default, which is normal. I don't know. But the full screen setting also goes away. But anyway, we're ready to resume. I titled this stream, what was it called? Crossing Paths, because I feel like Rook is gonna cross paths with Hakon, the guy from the other, from the two branching storylines we were following. I feel like they're gonna cross paths in this episode. Maybe on the next, I don't know. But they will definitely cross paths at some time. Hopefully now. Let's go back to the game. And other than that, I hope you guys are ready for another 4-hour text reading adventure. But nonetheless, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully very good. And there we go, let's start more narration. By the way, let's recap the story for yesterday before we go on. I feel like it's interesting that we recap the story. More so that at least I know what was going on. So yesterday we followed Hakon through several cities. I mean, not necessarily several cities, but we followed the paths until we ended up on a Varl city. The one single Varl, I think Krumer, was leading, more like a city of exiles and people who want to be isolated. Varl who want to be isolated. But then he went there to recruit them and check what was up. And they decided, some of us is going one way, another of us are going another way through the Varl capital, or their largest Varl city. So they went that way. However, as soon as they reached there, they saw the entire city ablaze, and no explanation was given to that. The city was simply on fire. And that's where Hakon's story ended after 2 hours, and Rook's story began after that. The idea was that they were in Frostvalor, still outside the city gates. Nobody was allowing them to enter the city, nor to exit the city. Well, they were already outside, so they had the option to leave, or the option to try and help some people before leaving. So we decided to stay, help some people. We did a lot of battling, and after we helped as many people as we could, we were leaving the city. We found out about this guy, whose name I forgot right now, who was moved by how we were doing our best to help the people. So he decided to leave the city and come with us. Then, as soon as he did so, we left. We were crossing wastes, and this other guy who was the actual leader of the city decided to abandon the city and come with us as well, because the guy who came with us previously was the best fighter they had or something. So might as well leave the city and come with us. So now Rook has a gigantic caravan, and they crossed the wastes, and as soon as they came to more or less of a vast mountain range, the mountains started splitting apart and crashing down, and we saw what looked like a gigantic serpent creature moving in the back, and then we ran like hell, and here we are. We got to a godstone full of arrows, but we didn't stand around for too long. We just stood there for a day or two to catch our breaths, and now we're leaving. That's what happened. And also Z Mixer, hello there, or Zed Mixer. Welcome to the stream. And Ninja Rage say, sure thing, feel free to do your ninja things, and welcome. Woof Tuesday to you, by the way. And also Ben, hello there, and Bork to you too. How are you doing? It is lovely as cold as heck Tuesday I am having. Hopefully you're having a warmer day, or at least a more pleasant temperature. The sounds of a skirmish alert you to a varl surrounded by half a dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This varl killed my father without reason." The varl is able to respond when a man attacks. Is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. Let us hear what the varl has to say. Why not? Huh. I just realized, by the way, that on this on the capture my mouse is not in the place it is on the game screen, so if my mouse feels like it's, you know, in a weird place, just don't mind that. Let us hear what the varl has to say. The varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied, now he's dead." "Lies!" shouts the man. "You murdered him over a lie. You coward!" Question mark. The man wildly attacks the varl, who deflects them well enough, but you're uncertain how long he can keep it up. So normally I'd let them settle their own dispute. However, we are going to devour one of the many varl cities, but the guy who found us, Fazalt, he does not want to let us into the varl city because we're humans. So maybe now's the time to get some favor with the varls by defending them. Ivor, you say. We could use any varl with a good sword or arm, couldn't we? Cannot, readying his weapon. The men immediately back off. The prospect of fighting your entire army is suddenly unappealing. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The varl turns towards you. Didn't need the help. But if I'm going to travel, might as well be in the company of other varl. He falls in line with the others and you return to travel. Sure thing. And Ben, you say super sleep. This rainy weather is not helping either. Huh. So I was wrong, it's not warm at all over there. Oh, I got renown. That's lovely. I barely ever get renown in this game. And I thought the only way to get renown was through battles. Anyway, Ivor tells you, we can't stay here for long. It will take 3 straight days to cross Burra Pass, so stock up. There's no stopping once we leave. He takes off to speak with the other varl about setting up defenses. "Dad," says a lad, appearing at your side. "I liked old Ivor." Somewhere in the back of your mind you feel the same way. You focus on preparations instead, realizing that you may be one of the first humans about to set foot in Einertoft. So here we are. Let's go to the market and spend all of this renown getting supplies. So far we had like... I don't know if I am taking really bad choices or what's going on, but Rook is having a really bad time with as far as luck and everything else goes, because Rook has had very little in the way of supplies and rest, and several times I had to go on with no food, and a lot of people died from starvation, which is certainly not ideal. So these are the people we have. Onef is the guy who left the city. Akio was the leader of the city of Frostvalor, who came with us. Krummer is the guy who was leading the isolated Varl city, and now he's coming with us. So it was not with Hakon that whole thing happened, it was with Rook. And Fazolt was previously in Hakon's company, and now he is with our company. Because apparently he separated from the group on their orders to go and find more people around the world to go with him. I need 15 renown to level up Rook. God damn it. Ben, you say that nope, it's cold and wet. Well then. That certainly does suck. But I hope at least that it's not as cold as I mean, too cold, as in unpleasantly cold. Hopefully it's just chilly. But anyway, I think I've rested enough. I've done all I needed to do. And let's see, where in the world are we? By looking at the world map. Wow, we're ridiculously close. Here we are. We're gonna cross the Bura Pass and go to Einartoft, the home of the first Varl king, Einar, who carved his empire into the crook of the Bratabrek and Wyrmscale mountains. The Varl fortress, hewn into the rock itself, eclipses all but the greater accomplishments in the north. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna cross this and go to Einartoft. We passed through a lot of places such as Wormtow, Frostvalor, and possibly Skogar. I think we left from Skogar, and this has been our track so far. But anyway. And also, hello there, 14k Dota. Welcome to the stream. And also, Ben, you say, hey Doug, could you bring me up to speed on what this game is about and what are you doing? Sure. So, pretty much. This is a kind of a medieval-ish kind of world. Not so much medieval, more like even more antique than that. It seems to have a very Nordic feel to it. This is the gigantic world. From what I gathered, the idea is that gods used to inhabit the world way too long ago, but now they're long gone, and all they left behind were some god stones, which is like a gigantic stone sort of a landmark. Then everybody assumes those were left by the gods who are not in the world anymore. And that's everybody's explanation for why there's so much different stuff going on. So there's us, the humans, who live all over the place. This Arberang is the human city, all the way down here in the bottom left corner. But there are also the Varls, which are gigantic horned people. They are from Grafenheim. And well, there's a lot of lore about the Varl, but we don't know this lore yet. I know most of it because I played this game before, like 4 years ago, when it released. And down here we have the Horsemen, We have not encountered them in this playthrough, and we will not, I don't think, because they are exclusive to the second game. But anyway, the idea is that everybody's going on their merry way, and then suddenly one day the sun stops in the middle of the sky, so now it's sunny every single day, every single hour. And the sun has stopped in the middle of the sky, and that nobody knew why, until dredge, which are stone people, they started showing up from all over the place, and they're killing everybody in their path. They coming up from the north and marching south as fast and as steadily as they can, and we have been fighting the dredge for way too long now. Way too long. And that's the gist of it. Rook was in this small village of Skoger, and one day the dredge showed up and started attacking the city, so they gathered a lot of people and decided to get the hell out of there. So they marched all the way to Frost Valor, but then the things that happened in Frost Valor happened, and then they were not welcoming to the city, so they kept marching. They passed through Wyrmtal, and now we're going to Einertoft, a big Varl city. But sometimes the story splits and we're not following Rook's perspective anymore, we're following Hakon's perspective. A guy who arrived at Strand with a bunch of other Varls to meet with the human king, I think. Or at least that's the gist of the story, is that every now and then the Varls and the humans, they meet to go on about, renewing their peace treaties and whatnot. So they reunited in Strand. The idea was that they came from the human capital. After meeting there, they met in Strand, which is more or less the halfway point, and they were going to Grafenheim to make sure that the peace was everlasting. But then, as I said before, the dredge attacked, and Hakon was not actually the guy whose perspective we were following. There was the Varl King, or one of the Varl Kings, or a big Varl guy, and he was murdered there. So Hakon, who was his second in command or something, he was left to assume the whole party and make sure the journey to Grafenheim continued steadily enough. And we also were tasked with protecting human prince, Luding, all the way up to Grafenheim. So we tried our damnedest to do that. We went through Vanderfell, and then through Sklid, and then to Ridgehorn for whatever reason. I don't remember why we were to Ridgehorn. But as soon as we arrived in here, we found that shit was going down, like really bad. And what else happened? We found 2 persons in there who by their own held off a lot of dredge. One of these guys, a mender, which we have not yet had an explanation to what they are and who they are, I don't think. And the idea is that we got this guy, but then we had to quit the city. This is like an island, and there's only a bridge to get to the island, and the whole way behind was packed with dredge. So I decided, let's rest here before we go out. But Luding said, no, we are going out right now, because if we wait, there are gonna be more of them. And then because we disagreed, he decided, you know what, I'm going on my own. And then he went on his own with his own company of people. But of course there were like a handful of people, so they ended up dying as they tried to leave the city, even though we did rush in to help afterwards. Everybody was injured. We had a very small fighting power, but we tried to help, but we failed, and now everybody's dead. I mean, Luding, the human prince we were tasked with protecting, is dead, and then they decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just go to Grafenheim. And then they arrived at Grafenheim, and the entire Varl capital was ablaze. It was on fire and nobody knows why, and we have had no explanation as of why until now. So pretty much this is a game about trekking. It's about following this group of people just trying to make the best out of their situation. And every now and then it devolves into battle, so we have this tactical combat going on, which is the way to resolve combat whenever it happens. But there's also a lot of diplomatic decisions we have to do along the way, like if we allow people to come with us as we try to run away from the dredge, the horde of dredge that is coming our way, or if we're going to if we're just gonna sit down and do nothing. So one thing I really like about the Banner Saga is that its story feels very Game of Thronesy. But imagine there's no Great Wall and the White Walkers have already started coming down. But there's more magic going on. So that's the gist of the game. There's two parts of this that we have done before. The first part I've done all the way back in May, which was a while ago. The second part I played yesterday, and now I'm gonna be playing the rest of this game, then playing the second and the third, which just released. So there's a lot of Banner Saga going on in our future. Hopefully you guys will strap on for the journey. But in case you do miss one episode or two, I'm doing my best to upload them to YouTube. That's so you guys can go and rewatch those episodes, and you know, you can rewatch the episode and see what's up with the whole story. But anyway, let's go with it. And also, hello there, Zach. Welcome to the stream, man. Wolf morning to you. And also, Ben, you said, dang, that's a lot of information. Actually, there's more. There's a lot of smaller encounters going on that they're not, you know, central to the gigantic plot, but they are still small stories, and they decide which characters come with us. So here with Rook, we had two characters that joined us a while ago. They were Hogan and Mogan, I think. Two twin berserker brothers, and they were coming with us simply because we decided to help them. But along the lines, I took decisions and they acted harshly, and then they got themselves killed. So that is a thing that happens often in this game. Characters will die, like heroes who you spend hours leveling up and treating and taking care of. They will die if you take bad decisions, and most of the time you don't know which decisions you're making. So a lot of consequences happens, and you will only notice when it's too late.
We approach a city that only Varl have seen, and cross a bridge that only Varl could build. Let us hope that we are the only unwelcome visitors to pass.
By the way, if I go quiet suddenly, it's because I'm having my morning coffee. All these warriors. Another great war is upon us, says Krummer. It is the third time I have seen such a thing. There are far fewer of us now than there once was. Krummer heads up the stairs to the Great Hall and returns shortly after speaking to some Varl. What did they tell you? Asks Ivor. By all accounts, the Dredge are coming here. Look like they plan to end the Varl for good this time. This place will become a killing field soon. They say one of the Manders is here, they didn't know which. In any case, we'll be given no audience today. Remember the last time you were here, Ingvar? It's Ivor. And yes, I remember. What now? Asks Rook. We'll find somewhere to rest. I'd recommend keeping your people out of trouble while you're here, Rook. In fact, keep them invisible. Jorandir won't be happy you're here. You're shown to quarters, but could wander the city while waiting for an audience. You feel like you could sleep for a week straight. After all this trekking and marching we've done. But anyway, Zach, you're playing Legend of Mana. Oh, that's nice. The classical PlayStation 1 version, or is that one of the games that got a PC remaster recently? So here we are in Einertoft, and I don't know what's up with this city. What is going on here? But I figure we're gonna go and rest. Actually, let's go. I mean, I would thought of going to the market and getting more supplies, but we don't have renown. Let's just rest. As you settle in, you receive words to come to the Great Hall the next morning. Ivor suggests not speaking unless addressed, and even then, keep it short. In your dreams at night, you see the Varl King fighting with Dredge Lords. An ominous feeling lingers as you prepare to enter the Great Hall. So let's go to the Great Hall. Enough, Avin. The bridge stands. Find some other way, says the Varl King. Greetings from Wormtoe, Jorandir. I've bought an ally. Wait, I know you. You. Ingvar among us again. Is this what the end of the world looks like? Jorandir steps down from his throne to get a closer look. In the light, you spy deep wounds in the Varl King. It was my last option. You look like death, Jorandir. The thunder came through Grufenheim, all of them, or we would still be there. Thunder is another type of dredge, by the way. A few thousand Varl remain. Belor has been following us since Grufenheim. Hakon is the guy who we were following before, so see, the title was right. The paths have crossed after all. This is what he does. What will you do? Asks Ivor. Remain. There's no better place for us than here. We make our stand in Einertoft. But even if Einertoft falls, the Varl won't be wiped out. Hakon is taking our best warriors to Arberang, as we were discussing. I'm not going, Jorandir. We're needed here. This is not a debate. A messenger bursts through the doors, cutting the tension. He says a stone singer has been cutting a path across the bridge. Gods, can we not have a moment's respite? They should not be here already. Ivan says a stone singer is with them. Let me bring down the bridge. As I said, it will buy us. I said the bridge stands, Mander. I said it again to you and the whole Mander Council, where they were. Were they here, rather. I will not say it again. Hakon, you go to Arberang. Ivan, do not even touch that bridge. Am I understood? You are. Then I'll confront the singer myself, says Ivan. Nobody tries to stop Ivan, but many follow us and leave the Great Hall. Is this battle time? The Mander walks past great companies of Varl on the way to the bridge. A tall, thin creature stands there, two black spears over its shoulders, ringed by dredge. The Varl have backed away in fear. Ivan stops before the stilt-legged figure. Suddenly, Ivor is beside you. We should help him. Or what is that thing? What is that thing? A stone singer, mutters Ivor. As close as the dredge come to menders of their own. I've only seen one before, it didn't go well. We should do something then. You expect Ivor to refuse, but instead he locks eye with you. Listen to me, Rook, he says. You will probably die here, and so will everyone else who will step on that bridge. Look at your daughter. Are you prepared for that? You're not doing this alone, though. I won't stop you, says Ivor. Fight like it's your last. You're not sure what you expect, but you draw your axe and soon find yourself standing behind Ivan on the bridge, wondering if you made the right decision. Maybe we didn't. So there we have. Wow, Ivan, you're level 5. I mean rank 5. This unit has points of whoa, and you also have points available to spend. Let's level up your armor break, your armor, your strength, your exertion. It's important too. More armor, and that's about it. So the gifts with menders, let's see. Their passive ability is mend. I know they have two active abilities. The menders are able to quickly mend on the field of battle, restoring the armor of any allies within 6 tiles. The amount of armor restored is half of the mender's current willpower, rounded up. And you also have the arc lighting. Ivan pulls fire from the sky onto an enemy within range of 6. The lightning strikes each unit diagonal to the target until it runs out of units to hit. Each time the lightning arcs to a new target, it does 1 additional strength damage. Be careful not to toast your friends, because as fun as this game is, every single ability has friendly fire. So it is not only possible, but incredibly easy to hurt people you don't mean to. So let's keep on Ivan. This golden medallion that gives 1 will per turn and 1 armor per turn until it refills, which is deliciously good. So we're gonna go with Rook, Echo. What do we go with Echo though? I mean, don't we have better heroes to put in his place? What about you, Fazol? Odleaf, she's an archer, but if we're gonna have Odleaf, might as well have a Let instead. She's also a capable archer, and she has also many other bonuses going on. Ivor, because Ivor is fucking badass. And one if... Sure... No, last time we had Onif on the battle, he died like almost immediately. So instead of Onif, let's throw in Fazol. And that's our party roundup. And this is also the turn order, so maybe switch Echo with Ivor, so Ivor gets a chance to act first. Or at least earlier in the battle. And we are ready, let's go and do this. Let's fight some dredge. Actually, a new type of dredge enemy. We have been playing this game for like 8 hours now, and they are still introducing new enemies. More like 5 hours, because I've done a lot of talking instead of playing the game. So there's a lot of, you know, people in here, activity and things going on, but our battlefield is actually just this part right here. Other than that, there's not much else going on. So let's organize our people. So this is a Flame Singer. 2 bombs are thrown, exploding a 5-tile area on the next turn. This Cordial Warrior, he has a shitload of strength, so let's watch out for that. This is just another Doodaroo. This is a Sunslinger. It blinds the target, preventing them from using exertion for 1 turn. So these 2 are ranged. Dredge should be careful with them, however they have very little armor and strength. And this guy here, he's a Stone Singer. Enemies are diseased on contact, losing 1 strength per turn, so let's use ranged guys. And there's Rupture. Wounded allies explode, doing strength damage to adjacent enemies. And Umbrage. The Stone Singer lowers allies' armor, but sharply raises the strength. So he is a support unit, and one of the worst kind. He can do gigantic damage if I'm not careful enough. So either over there where you are is a good place. It's good a place as any. Akio, you go there. Alette, you should... It would be more interesting for you to stay somewhere along the lines of there. Rather here. Because we still have to go move a little bit before we can do anything on our turn. So let's make sure they're as close as possible. And let's get ready to battle. What do you know? It's actually Iving's turn. So you can use the arc lighting with a short-ish range, as it happens. So the range you can attack is a range of 6, up to 6. If you go there, you will still have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go here and still attack you. But so can the other guy. Let's try this. Hopefully it will work out. Strike a target for 2, 3, or 4 strength. Let's attack for 4 strength right away. Next up we have Rook. Rook is a unique unit because Rook is a melee attacker, but he also has the unique ability that he also can attack ranged. He's unique in that sense. Now as for Ivor, you can't do anything this turn, so just approach, and that's about it. Alette, same review, more or less. Maybe we're gonna go and get that enemy down extremely fast. And Akio, you have a special ability that you can, if everybody who's beside you, adjacent to you, they get 1 armor bonus. Also known as this shield wall. So that's interesting. And you, Fizzled, you just approach. Same as Ivor. Wow. He diseases everybody. So that sucks. Really badly. And I can't very well use arc lighting on him because we will get Akio and Alette. So you rest this turn, Ivan. Rook gets the kill. but we're still diseased. Which, if I'm not mistaken, means we're taking one strength damage per turn. And I don't know how long it lasts. Well, apparently it lasts forever, so might as well get this over with as soon as possible. Let you can do extra damage to him because you haven't moved, which is deliciously good. Echo. What does Guts do? Knocks back adjacent units up to 2 tiles, doing 1 damage per tile. So do that. Although, because you rushed in ahead of everybody, you're open to a lot of damage. Which is bad in a way. Whoop. Would you look at that? He's trying to summon allies. But luckily, this guy is diagonally to him, so now it's time for Ivan to shine and use his delicious arc lighting ability onto him, which will also strike him for... might as well go for 4 strength damage. Oh no, I should have started with him. God damn it. Okay, Rook, you kill him before he has the chance to summon friends to the party. We don't want his friends to show up. Ow. I forgot about the explosives on the field. And RIP, Ivor. Forgot you had very little health remaining. God damn it. Okay, so Alette has 80% chance of hitting this shot because she has low strength and he has full armor, so there's a chance you get to kill him on the spot, but also a chance you miss. God damn it. Yep, RIP. Echo. See, those ranged enemies, they might not seem like much, but they can deal. It can be very, very, very bad. Very fast. If you don't keep that in mind. And also, hello there, Mere Cat 321. Welcome to the stream, and what's up with you? How are you doing today? I'm doing good, by the way. Just a little bit chilly because it's cold as heck over here. Let me even check this to see how cold it is. According to my weather app, it's 11 degrees Celsius in here. So that's pretty cold. And you're doing good. Oh, that's awesome to know. How was the rest of your day yesterday? So, Aku, you get to kill him. And I got an achievement for killing an enemy with the Mender. Rook, you get to attack him. Break his armor, sure. God damn it. I'm forgetting about these explosives. It would be lovely if you were able to get in range. You can't though. Might as well end your turn. And Fazalt, you're incredibly close to dying. You have no idea. So, Ivan, yes, use Mend to restore Fazolt's armor. +5 armor. Lovely. It does much, but it ensures that the enemies will take a while longer to get to kill you. You go down, and then there will be only one enemy remaining. It's pillage time. So now we don't take turns to get about killing each other. Everybody acts in a row. And this guy is annoying as fuck because every time you hit him, he runs away. So the more I hit him, the farther and farther away he keeps going. So that makes it almost impossible to truly get to killing him. So 1 armor, sure. That ought to do something. Rook take down the rest of his armor. Now he's his turn. What are you gonna do? No. No. God damn it, stop running away. Rook, I guess maybe you can go for the kill. Or maybe it will come down to a let. Oh, if only Rook had one more exertion point, he could have done 5 damage right now. And Alat, she can't get in range, so she can't hit him at all. Oh, Fazalt, you get the kill there. Sure, why not? If I keep delaying turns, eventually Rook will die. So yeah, go for it. Meerkat, it was good, you got some writing done. Oh, that's delicious. Naku says, Kim, I forgot you were streaming and was asking yourself what was taking me so long to answer. Oh, then maybe it's because, you know, I have kind of a thing I do every day that requires my attention. Maybe that's it. But also, welcome to the stream, Naku. How are you doing today? Meerkat says, bought an animation software. How was your yesterday? It was good. I got to play some Beat Saber after the stream. And holy goddamn, Beat Saber is extremely tiresome to play and jump around. But I feel good about it. I've managed to I managed to finish a few songs on Expert, which is delicious. But also, what animation software did you buy? Naku says hi, and so you're gonna go back to Dead by Daylight because lag, but good stream. Thank you, Naku. I really do appreciate you showing up nonetheless. And have a nice game and a lovely day. The Stone Singer falls hard. A howl like a hurricane sweeps across the bridge. The dredge part like a black sea. From their depths steps a crimson behemoth, and a wave of sheer terror hits you like you've never felt before. Bellower. Get the men out of here, Ivor hisses, and run. Your legs move almost with a will of their own, though you can't pull yourself away from watching what happens next. Ooh. Oh, damn it. Ivor is injured because of the previous combat, and he has to go and face the Bellower on his own. So what's up with the Bellower? The Sunder seems practically unkillable. Stuns one target and pushes all other enemies back. And Ivor, he has the ring that gives him +2 strength, but because he's injured he has -3 strength. Well, there's that. God, what was I thinking, he says. He can move one step backward, so even by spending the Tingerino, he can't get to us. Oh, apparently he can. What do you know? Ow! Well, apparently Ivor is not gonna make it. Defeat, but your enemies will not soon forget blah blah blah. And Ivor was injured, of course. Too badly injured, I'd imagine. Ivor writes in agony, his arm torn clear off by Bellower's onslaught. The Sunder raises his weapon for the killing blow. Sunder, face me! Screams an uncertain Eyvind, stepping back onto the bridge, raising his staff high. Even from here you can see his arm trembling, if you're practically frozen in place watching. This is cutscene time. Eyvind recoils in terror from the massive serpent that has appeared in the distance, and even Bellower backs away. Two arms flicking its great tongue, and then indifferently lurches over the mountainside and out of sight. The dredge are in knot of confusion. Some cower, others crouch in what look like worship. Hakan shouts order above the din. Varl rush forward, bowling over surprised the dredge, gaining ground. Bellower has receded back into the horde, shoring their watches from atop the stairs. Hurry, says Eyvind, suddenly pulling at your arm, snapping you out of the moment. You rush to Ivor, laying on the ground amidst the fighting, still breathing despite a missing arm, and drag him back into the city. And we're back. And Zach says Needhogger. And you're actually right, it does. It does looks an awful lot like the Needhog. It's pretty much a gigantic serpent that just exists and does whatever. Okay, Eyvind, what the fuck was that? Can you save? Asks Celeste. Yes, probably. Give me silence. Nearly 3 hours pass silently as Eyvind plies his trade. Flesh slowly forms and closes across Ivor's torn frame. That is as much as I can do. You should make it. Thank you, says Alette. The mender looks exhausted, leaning heavily against the bed. When was the last time you slept? a couple days ago. I'm okay, I just need to sit. Before you can catch him, the mender crumbles to the floor. Chapter 5. Weary the weight of the sun. Oh, would you look at that? We finished another chapter. Exe milk, I guess? Your sight swims as if underwater. Memories fly away like startled ravens before you can capture them. With great effort, you remember who you are. Juno. So there was this tower. It was broken down. That's where Hakon made his stand and where Ludin died. But this is where we found Ivan and we found Juno. But Juno, she was dead. And apparently she's not truly dead. She's here. And also, hello there. Oni, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And you say chapter 5.5 final mix. And Oni is sick and will probably die. Don't die, Oni. There's a bright future ahead of you. So don't you even dare die on us. Anyway, you remember who you are, Juno. You also realize that a monumental serpent is speaking to you now. Your last certainty was that you died some time ago, and that it is about to happen again. Or not. Frustrating, says the serpent. You are slow to understand the serpent. It speaks in a language that recalls very ancient memories of words you learned long ago. If we're not going to die, I suppose we must speak instead. Who are you? My name is Juno. You are a Juno. It means nothing to me. Maybe I have the wrong question. What are you? What is your purpose? I am a mender, I guess. Mender. Ah, the Volca. Now the picture is for me. Do you not know me, Volca? Though your memory is still fuzzy, you're certain you know nothing about an enormous serpent. What do your prophecies say? The gods gave you prophecies, fate, destiny. Is there no child coming to slay me with a magical sword? Are there no stars in the sky foretelling this disaster? Do you truly not know? Option 1, the gods are dead. Option 2, I have no idea what you're talking about. Option 3, I will know if you tell me. And option 4, say nothing. I will know if you tell me, actually. Must the prophecy speak of itself then? So be it. Listen carefully now, for I will give you a prophecy. I am the end. Do you understand? This world and this tapestry I would devour. It is my purpose. But I cannot. Instead, now comes a wall of night to consume your pitiful world. Wall of night. The dredge. Dredge? Stone men marching across a long bridge. No, it is darkness. The egg white that has turned black. I am meant to devour the tapestry itself, not idly witness the dusk smother this rock. Smother this rock. Smother. I don't know. I am incomplete, a worm crawling through a dung field. Because of you. Who are you to take my destiny? What are you? Return what is mine, says the giant serpent. Ivan! Juno! You're alive! You were alive! How? Where are you? Wait, where am I? Asleep, I presume. Or unconscious. I am in Ridgehorn, I think. A serpent was trying to kill me. Now I'm talking to you. Time is moving strangely. I've lost swathes of memories. But I found you. For a short time at least, the serpent said something about a long bridge. So I took a guess. It came after you. We saw it at Einertoft. Are you okay? It tried to turn me to ash after we spoke. I'd be surprised if that's the last we've seen of it. It could tear the land apart or crush cities if it wanted. What do we do? It gets worse. A prophecy of the gods that I have never heard of. There are still prophecies out there. It was vague. Sounded like the serpent was supposed to swallow the world. Instead, some kind of darkness or nothingness is seeping from the north. It devours whatever it touches. That would explain why the dredge are swarming on us like someone kicked an anthill. Ivan, are you in danger? You could say so. Bellower is here. The Varl are holding him off, but not for much longer, I think. Of all the Sunder, why the immortal one? Bellower. That is the worst of luck. I would have you come to me, but we will have to do this the hard way. Listen closely. I will return to Strand and find passage down the Red River. You must leave Einertoft and meet me in Sigerholm. Juno, we'll never make it to Sigerholm. Bellower is about to overtake us. The Var won't listen to Ting. Find a way. Do whatever it takes. I will not be able to contact you again before Sigerholm. Go. And Ivan. Yes? I love you, says Juno, before vanishing. Rook says, you've spent a lot of time next to him since he passed out. Just keeping an eye on him, says Alette. It's not like that, Dad. He saved Ivor. He might save the rest of us. Can he hear us? He just moved. How long was I? You were out for a couple of days. How do you feel? Juno, she's alive. I need to meet her in Sigerholm. God damn it. I need to meet her in Sigerholm. Hold on, slow down. Who's Juno? She's my mentor. On the Mender Council, she contacted me. Contacted you how? She's not like most Menders. What happened here since I passed out? The Varl are holding the dredge back, just barely. Bellower has disappeared. Ivor is still out of it. Jorundir sent Hakon and a couple hundred Varl away to Arborang. I don't know how long we'll be able to hold out here. Rook, I need your help. Take me to Sigerholm. Juno is going to meet us there. Sigerholm? That's gotta be a week away at least. I just abandoned Einertoft. Maybe, or... No, I could destroy that god-forsaken bridge myself. That would delay the immediate threat, but Jorundir will never agree to it. I need to understand a few things, Ivan. You consider your options. So many options. And Oni, you said, do you know who you are? You don't even know what you are, says Oni. What do you mean by that, Oni? By the way, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. I mean, gooder. And also, when did you get sick, Oni? Was it because of, like I said, you were playing in the rain yesterday? Did you not take a shower immediately after going back inside? Is that what happened? But anyway. My options are, first to ask, why won't the Varl King destroy the bridge? I can't completely understand it myself. The last time I mentioned it, he made his mind very clear. He'll let the city and the rest of the world fall before the damned bridge. How would you collapse that bridge by yourself? Not by myself. I could blast it apart, but this bridge wasn't made to fall. It'll take time and concentration. That's why I need your help. And the Varl will try to stop me. It could mean holding off both the dredge and the Varl. What do we do about Bellower? I can't stop him, but I believe Juno can. That's why we need to go. We could just leave. And let the Varl die to give us a head start. It's not my first choice. I've done everything I can on my own. What is going on around here? That serpent Bellower, what the H is going on? Ivan, give me answers. Look, I know things are... It's a long story. How well do you know story? History, I mean. We're from a very small town in the woods. I'll keep it short. Thank you, Ivan. You know how men of Varl were made? The Loom Mother, the other gods. In the First Great War, the armies of men and Varl hated each other. They fought bitterly for land and dominance. Then one of the gods created the dredge, and they were such a threat that unless men and Varl set aside their differences, they threatened to wipe out both races. So they did. They ended the war, pushed the dredge into the north, and formed an alliance that has held ever since. The Second Great War began generations later. The dredge rallied their forces, defeated the Varl who watched the borders, and laid waste to unsuspecting settlements throughout the world. They were led by Sunder, powerful dredge warlords and weavers like Bellower. He was there in the Second Great War. Humanity was on the brink of extinction when the inner circle of menders went forth and finally set the Sunder and the dredge deep underground. For the most part, the dredge haven't tried to return since. Well, until now. Those menders were called Volca. Juno wasn't there herself, but she's from their bloodline. So another great war has begun. If I didn't think the world was ending, it would be incredible. Ancient history is playing out before us. What about the serpent? That's another story. There's nothing in the Menders' libraries about that thing. It must have something to do with the dredge returning. That seems likely. I need time to think about this, says I. I understand. Be quick, Rook. There has to be some way to... I can't believe the Varl would be so stubborn. Speak to Jorandir yourself. He's in the Great Hall. Maybe you'll have more luck. Or maybe he'll put your head on a spike. Rook, I hate to put all of this on your shoulders, but I've got a few friends here. Come to a decision quickly. Either way, we can't stay. We have to make it to Sigelholm. Juno will know what to do. So now it's up to us to decide how to proceed. Would you look at that? We have some renown. Let's visit the market and buy more supplies. It's always good to have supplies, that's so we can rest whenever we need. And Oni, you said maybe you was at work and can't shower after the rainstorm play and just feel a little stuffy when you cough. So humanity is at a point to extinction. Welp, time for furries to take that place over as the superior life. Yeah, maybe, who knows. But also, you need to take better care of yourself, Oni. Don't be so reckless. Anyway, so you can simply go to destroy the bridge, or you can go to the Great Hall and try to talk to Jorandir and get his permission to blow up the bridge to smithereens. Which we need to do, by the way. So here we are in Einer Toft, and what's her name? Juno said she would meet us in a place whose name I already forgot. Sigerholm. So she is here in Ridgehorn. Juno is going through Vanderfell, then possibly going downwards through the Red River, or by the Red River itself, and she's going all this way to Sigerholm, whereas all we have to do is go from Einertoft through this Old Father Mountain, I guess, then go down, and there we go. We're closer than she is. However, things are not gonna be as simple. Let's try to talk to Jorundir and see what decision we can come through. True and true. By the way, we lost we didn't lose Ivan, we lost Ivor. Ivor is not here anymore. Ekio, he's injured. So he's out of combat or he is gonna be out of combat for a few days at least. Let's go to the Great Hall, talk to Jorundir and see what we can do. You do as I say. I am not here to argue, I'm telling you that we're dying by dozens every day now. We sent our best away with Hakon, how long do you expect us to last? You asked for this command, Fazalt. Don't let them get across that bridge. Fazalt takes his leave just as you approach. Not great timing, you think to yourself. Thank you for the audience. I forget your name. Rook, says Rook. Rook, how is Ingvar? Will he survive? I think so. If I remember Ingvar well enough, he hasn't told you why he faced down Belor, did he? No, he keeps things to himself. Yes, that sounds right. Ingvar confronted a Sunder in his youth during the Great Wars. He won that fight. None other but the Manders have done that. He proved us stronger. Maybe he thought to do it again. Ivor killed the Sunder. How did he end up in Skogar in the God-forsaken woods, where we live? You'd have to pry that from him yourself. I don't know. He disappeared when the last king tried to name him Kender. It occurs to you that Jorundir would not be on the throne now, had that happened. But why are you here, Rook? Be brief. I'm offering to help take apart the bridge. The bridge needs to be destroyed. It does. Oh, you have the answers. Wonderful. Come, sit upon the throne. Every man I've met thinks he'd rival the gods himself, if only he were in charge. I am over 400 years old, and I know that I know little. You are a child, an infant, yet you know everything. Listen, human, this story is not about you. If you jumped from that bridge today, the world would not change. No, now either help Fazalt retake it or leave my city, I don't care which. Guards are quick to usher you from the Great Hall, you don't resist. Well then. So now we have very few options. We can either fight on the bridge, keep holding back the dredge, we can leave and, you know, leave the bridge be, or we can destroy it. But if we're going to go and destroy the bridge, we're not gonna have Jorundir's permission, so we will be facing off against the dredge and against the we're gonna be facing the dredge and the Varl. God damn it. I must have chosen something wrong. Well, maybe let's help them. Let's fight on the bridge. At the war front, rolls of Varl are lined up, waiting for their turn to fill in as the warriors on the bridge battle dredge in one endless churn of bodies and blood. Fazalt catches your eye in between giving orders. You lost, human, he says. I just wanted to see how things were going, or offer to help. Well, let's try and help. Fair enough, Fazolz admits. I'm not going to argue against putting you on the bridge, he says. But we've got plenty of wounded here as well, if you can work a needle. We'll fight on the bridge or we can treat the wounded. Let's treat the wounded. You spend a day alongside a lad and many others tending to wounded Varl, of which there are many. The work is hard and bloody, and after a long day you excuse yourself to wash off and find a place to sleep, while the fighting continues unabated. However, our morale has improved. You approach the bridge, which gets a raised eyebrow from Fazolz, who is lugging a dead warrior over his shoulder. Back for more, he says. Glancing out onto the bridge, you can tell that they've lost ground on the bridge since yesterday. What's the plan here? You ask with concern. I just do what Jorundir tells me, replies Fazolz. And right now, we're killing every dredge on that bridge, so throw in or piss off. If you don't want to fight, help me clear bodies off the bridge. Our warriors are getting choked up around them. Let's try and help them remove the bodies then. You follow Fazolz, making several dangerous trips near the battleground to pull bodies back to the city. The sight of you and other men struggling to carry lifeless giants' bodies would be comical if the circumstances weren't so grievous. Nearing the end of a grueling day, you hear screams. A dredge pushed past the defenses for a moment and tramples someone. You arrive to find the battered body of Egil lying lifelessly before you. You gather up the poor boy and with a heavy heart lay him beside the rest. Despite your exhaustion, you barely sleep at all that night. Egil, he was one of the guys who came with us from the village we came from, so he has been with Rook ever since this trek started, and alas, he has died. Now definitely RIP Egil. Fight on the bridge again. As you approach on the third day, the warriors are in more disarray than usual. Where's Fazolz? You ask, one of the passing Varl. Didn't make it, he replies. Dredge are nearly at the mouth of the bridge, barely held back. Your mind starts to wander into dark places. You snap back to attention when you realize nearly an entire army of Varl are staring in your direction. Ivor walks past, shuffling slowly with an enormous axe in his remaining hand. He heads towards the bridge. Ivor, you yell, but he doesn't reply, plunging his axe into the nearest dredge before kicking it over the side of the bridge. Come on, he screams at the black horde. Cursing, you rush to his side in battle. So now Ivor has changed. Now he got a scar on his face and he has one less arm. Poor Ivor. So his ability is the heavy impact. When he hits an enemy, whenever he hits an enemy, all enemies adjacent to him takes 1 strain damage from the shockwave. And the battering ram, he can knock back enemies by headbutting them, and they are not only pushed away, but they get break damage, so they lose armor. And Ivor, let's increase your attribute a little bit. Let's give you one more exertion. And some armor. You need some of that in your life. And not only that, but because you fell on the battlefield, you lost the little trinket you had with you. Oh no, it's here. Never mind. So Egil was here, now he's not here anymore. He's dead. So it's down to Rook, Ivan, Alet, Odleif, Ivor, and why not Krumr as well. And also apparently Fazolz also died. So there's that. So this is gonna be the order. Rook, Ivan, Ivor, Alet, Egil, and Krumr. Maybe have Ivan come later into our orders, because if after things have happened, Ivan will be able to mend some armors if some of these guys have had damage dealt to them. And that aside, it's time to go in battle. Hold on to your breeches, it's time to face some dredge. And by the way, how are you guys holding up so far? I understand this game is very slow and very text heavy and there's very little happening, but I hope you guys are enjoying the Banner Saga nonetheless. So we're going to be facing, I guess, one big dredge and 5 smaller dredge, 4 of which are ranged. So I'll let you stay here. Rook, you stay. Oh, no, I'll let you stay here. Here. Rook, you go there. Sure, why not? So that lineup kind of works. Rook and Ivor will be able to take on these 2 guys here. Maybe not as well, but hopefully they will. And then Krumer will be able to take on those smaller ones alongside Ekil. Ekil, who has the potential to break down their formation a little bit. Alet can hit them with her ranged attacks. And Ivan, he can mend armor of whoever lost any armor. So maybe he should be more centered than everybody else. But he also can use his lightning strike to deal damage. So now, let's go. Let's get some battle going on. So who is going to have the next turn? So you are gonna act up next. So Rook can do whatever. It's Ivor's turn, and he can go up all the way into this guy here and really crush his noggin. Now Alet can move up and do some damage. Lots of damage, actually. Ekil, get in there and strike them down. Do your worst. Ivan, how about you? What can you do? Well, can mend armor, but nobody has lost any armor as of now. Or you can deal damage. Maybe getting there and use your arc lightning to get to him or to him. Maybe him or him. Him, he has more strength. So choose strength. 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 damage, so he only have 3. Actually, never mind. Just 2 strength damage is already enough to cripple you a little bit. Oh, maybe not. You cannot summon allies. Okay. Krumer, finish him off. No, don't end your turn. Don't you dare end your turn. Rook. Now it comes down to you. You have to kill them. So get him over before he can summon friends to the party. But look at that! We've barely begun and we already have thinned down their numbers so drastically. This battle is going on so much better than the last. Ekel, go and finish him off. No, god damn it. Oh wow, they're really pelting on poor Rook. Krumer, you finish him off. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. But Rook, you can do things. Or not, I don't know. Well, you can't finish either off, I don't think. But you have true exertion, so maybe you can kill him off. If you get lucky enough. There's 90% chance that your attack will connect, so... Aha! There we go. It worked out in the end. And we won the battle! Nobody fell down! Your renown grows. Lovely. Krumer is ready for a promotion, and so is Ivor. And Ekel. Enough of this, groans Ivor, who seems to have snapped out of his daze. This is getting us nowhere. You follow as he climbs the stairs and throws open the doors of the Great Hall. Ingvar, glad to see you well. You swear you catch a note of trepidation in the king's voice. Jorundir, enough. This fight cannot be won. Again this, I'll be damned if that bridge falls during my reign. You let our whole race die. We all begun someday, Ingvar. I did not tell you. There are no more Varl being made tomorrow or 1,000 years from now. We are it. And I will not destroy what we have made. Would you leave no trace of us when we are gone? As if we never existed. I know this, but yours is one voice of many. I know that the Varl are equal. The days of Kender are over. I ask this Varl, all there is left in the world, to follow me and live another day. Who do you think they will choose? The weight of the air in the great hall becomes so thick it nearly suffocates you. The silence continues for ages. Go on. Take the Mender, destroy the bridge. Do it and leave. Take whoever will join you, and do not return to my city. The alliance of men and Val is true. It's true. Ivor is almost out of the door before Jorundir has finished his sentence. So we finally got the permission to destroy the bridge and go. Led by Ivor, the Varl pushes hard one last time against the dredge until there is room enough for Eivind to take position and start raining down lightning bolts on the bridge supports. Before long, the masonry is a shattered mess and begins to give under its own weight. Varl and dredge alike race to escape the collapse. When the dust clears, there's a gulf between you and the furious dredge. They won't be crossing this way. You've gotten what you wanted, says Jorundir. Now leave. If I ever see man or Mender again, it will be too soon. Eivind tells you, Juno will be waiting for us in Sigurholm. Despite the end of the immediate threat, many Varl choose to join Ivor instead of following Jorundir. You depart with a long caravan at your heels. Chapter 6 of Our Bones the Hills. Of Our Bones the Hills. Sure. So we destroy the bridge. And now another trek begins. This time towards this city whose name I already forgot. And anyway, we're going to meet Juno there. Hopefully things will be fun. A scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost step on her in the snow. Look like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue mottle her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. You could be in danger here, points out another. Stop so we can keep moving but let the healers tend to her. Stop the caravan for a rest and tend to the girl, or stop and look for other survivors. I mean, sure. 1 hour, you shout. Look for any other survivors. Healers, do what you can. A fire flares to life as you follow the scout's lead. Your search is fruitless and you return to a fully settled camp. The healers is still fussed with the girl's blanket, but it looks hopeful that she'll pull through. The next day, you set out again. As time goes on, our supplies dwindle and our morale declines. Up ahead, a scout shouts. Some giant hole, but it's empty. You approach the structure but recognize none of the markings. The wall seems unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath a roof, you overhear. Several families begin unpacking. We will sleep in comfort tonight. Keep everyone back until you're certain it's safe. It was abandoned for a reason, leave it, or look for any clues about why it is abandoned. Maybe let's look for the clues. Whoever left here may have had good reason. You tell the caravan, but after a few tiring hours of searching for clues, you have no answers. The frustration of the wasted time is apparent on the clansman's face. Oh, let's sleep in it. Let's improve morale for a day. Cheers erupt as people flood into the building. A varl leans against a supporting pillar. It cracks and brings down a portion of the massive roof, crushing a number of clansmen beneath it. Sadly, the rubble is too deep to recover their bodies, and you leave the building behind with regret. So instead, nothing happened. We simply lost morale, and some people died. And on you say chapter 6.8, 358 by 2 days. And bones fit bones. What are you even going on about, Oni? It appears that a large figure is following from the direction of Einertoft. Odleif watches intently before finally saying, "They have a cart, I can hear it." You slow to get a better view and spy a small caravan of Arl. Eventually they catch up. Who are you? Greetings, Ivor. It's been quite a while since we talked, hasn't it? Says Eubin, who previously was with Hakon. I know you. Eubin. Never imagined you to be the one to defy the king. What made you leave? Someone had to. What do you mean? Belor is heading this way. Already? How is that possible? A group of Varl from Wyrmtow showed up around the back of Einertoft, the long way. Belor and his army chased them across the summer path, they said. Past Wyrmtow? That doesn't make sense. Belor was at the bridge. He must have doubled back after that serpent appeared. While we fought on the bridge, he led half his forces around to approach Einertoft from behind. The attack on the bridge was a feint. Don't let anyone tell you the dredge aren't clever. Einertoft will fall within a day. Maybe not. He's following you. I thought one of you might know why. You exchange nervous glances, but nobody speaks up. Must be me then. Is there something I don't know? It's quite a grudge he's holding if he's coming for you, Ivor. It doesn't matter. Our only chance is to get to Sigurd home. Juno will know what to do. We'll join you. I bring supplies and warriors, and my friend Gunnulf here bears a heavy sword. I believe he'd be happy to swing it for you. Oh, lovely, we got supplies. And a new fighter, Gunoff, who we spent some time previously leveling up, is now with us. Whoop, morale is weak. The caravan stops at a split in the road. Ahead, the path leading to Silgerhorn veers off into the hills, which are now swimming with familiar black shapes. Dredge that path too. Dredge that way too, grimaces Eivind. The summer path leads us straight to Silgerhorn, while taking the main road will add several days. They're everywhere up by now, replies Ewing. I suggest we go around, past Haukerstorp. So you can send scouts to see how dangerous the summer path looks. You can start cutting a path through the dredge without even scouting it beforehand, or can go around past Haukerstorp. Let's go around. We have way too many people. Although our journey will take several more days, alas. I hate to say it, you tell Eivind, but I'm not willing to walk into swarms of dredge anymore. Juno will have to wait. Return towards the long round around Haukerstorp instead, hoping you'll save lives in the process. And another day goes by. It seems like we're coming into a stopping place. Stop! A resolute voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed, the leader says. Leave a couple wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. Attack immediately? How about you leave what you've got instead? Inform them about the coming dredge, or do what they ask. Let's tell them about the dredge. I'm guessing you have no idea the dredge are on their way, you shout. If that's the case, friend, says the leader, we need those supplies more than ever. Without even a glance from his men, the attack begins. Well then. Let's battle. So, luckily, Gunoff is with us, and because he was with, what's his face? Because he was with Hakon previously, he's already level 5, so bye Krummer, hello Gunoff. And I need to level up one of them. I can either level up Ivor or Rook, or Roulette, or Echo, or Ivan. Can you level up? No, you have points available. Why? What? Oh, sure. Might as well take it. Let's promote Rook. It's gonna cost us 15 renown, but it's gonna make him better in battle. So armor break, exertion. Let's go with exertion. More strength. And then we can promote him yet again if he had only 20. If only had 20 renown, which we don't. But what does this do? +3 break. So instead of doing whatever it is that he currently does, that is 2 break, you can have inside 3 break. So Rook now becomes a breaking force, able to break most anything. I kinda don't want to have Echo here, despite everything. Maybe Krummer can prove better than Akil in battle, so... or even Onef. Although Onef died several times in battle already, he hasn't even got to kill a single enemy. Oh no, although humans they have the shield wall passive, so maybe... yeah, let's go with Akil. Akil there. And that's about it. Except, Gunoff, you get to go first. Before Lad. And only says, is it home? Because home is where the body's at. And you also say the Shat is a little dead and you live. You are the king of the Shat. I feel like the Shat is dead because there's very few people here. Apparently people enjoy watching me get spooked with alien isolation more than they like watching me play Banner Saga. So congratulations, Oni, you have the Shat all for yourself apparently. For yourself and for whoever is there. So let's go, let's get ready for battle. Oh no. It's a trap. They got us from all sides. So we have a Raider Veteran, Raider Shootsman, a Backbiter, another Raider Shootsman, and a Bowmaster. So someone has to take care of these bow people. I'll let you take care of her, so Bowman against Bowman. That ought to be interesting. However, you stay there-ish. Let them come to you, don't waste time. Ivan, you stay there in the middle. Rook, you be there, and Gunoff, you be there. So Rook can shoot someone, and then Gunoff can go and do his ping train attack and get all of them. If things work out nicely enough. Ivan, you stay back there to mend people. I'll let you stay there to shoot anybody in the face if they come too close. And Akil, you get to do shoot everybody who's within range. And that's it. Let's get ready to battle. Why do you need armor? You don't need armor. Ow. Oh, damn it. Well, look on the bright side. Ivor can go and murderize this girl already. She won't even get to have a turn. I didn't want to do this, she says. Of course she didn't. God damn it, holy shit. That's a lot of damage. Ivan, do some damage to his armor. It's too dangerous to be left alive. Well, what do you know? He managed to down Rook. Why do you do that? You don't get any. Don't get any benefits from attacking people from behind. You whore! Oh But for some reason, Ivan didn't take as much damage as Rook took. But yeah, see how this overkill feels. So what do you know? It's all come down to Ivor again. There you go. Oh damn! This guy had a lot of armor. 11 points of armor. The foes lying dead at your path. Blah 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 blah. Rook has been injured in battle. Alas. And we're done with this one battle. Now let's rest in this place. Is this a resting place? Yes, it is. Thank dog it is. You enter a village of miners who want to know what has been happening recently between the rumblings of the quake and sightings of dredge in the distance. As you look around, you see a lot of elderly and children, and know that these people will only be more mouths to feed. Encourage them to join you, let them make their own decision, don't expand the caravan further. Let them make their own decision. You welcome anyone who wishes to join the caravan. Many do, while others chose to stay in their homes and see things through. You wish them luck. So you got some clansmen. And also Gunoff, what's up with you? Don't talk much, do you? You approach the massive green-clad varl who is sitting quietly by himself, eating bread. So? Just wanted to know anyone who can cleave a dredge in two like that a little better. I'm Rook. What you know? You being asked me to chop a dredge in two, I chop him. Traveled with Ubin for long. Yes, long time. When I was young, I fight for another varl. I did not work out. But I learned to swing a sword. Ubin pays well, gives me plenty of things to kill. To be honest, maybe too many things these days. You like that sword, huh? No, I love the sword. Given to me by old Screaming himself. When I started working for Ubin, he says, I protect the king's collection, I protect the king. Gunoff makes an expression somewhat between pain and frustration. I couldn't save it enough. He makes a hand motion like an object falling from a tall height and exploding. Matter a lot of the time. I think it doesn't matter now. Screamer is dead anyway. You consider your response. I'll let you finish your meal then. Want to be friends with Gunoff, Rook? He pops the last hunk of bread into his mouth. Keep food in the cart. Well then, I will do that. Let's go to the market. Buy some supplies. As many as we can. Holy shit. Or as many as they have. And let's rest. We have injured heroes and our morale could be a little better. Okay, I think this is good enough. We have supplies for 13 days and we have great morale now. And we still have some left over renown. Look at that. I feel like resting in villages gives you much more morale than resting on the middle of the field. Look at that, shouts one of your clansmen. The caravan stops to watch dredge pulling into the village. You just passed through. I hope anyone who stayed behind got out alive, says Let, but you have your doubts. They're coming, says Ivor, pointing out a line of dredge leaving the village and marching towards you. As you watch, the dredge in front falls over, then the one behind it falls as well. You hear a twang to your left. Nid, the archery student of Odleaf, who you recall definitely shooting a snow rabbit, is firing arrows down the hill. Another dredge topples. That's incredible, says Old Leaf, squinting. But we should get out of here. Odd's right, let's go. Return to the village looking for survivors, or hold on, let her do a few more. Yeah, let's go. But why don't you come with us next time you wanna try out that bow? You tell Nid, who nods a smile on her face. But does that mean we have a new hero? Maybe that does. Maybe we do have a new hero. A new archer hero. An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost, you ask. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, no. Are you? He jumps up and shuffles towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. Well, I've seen better, the old man says, peering into the supply wagons. But I'll join you. He stands next to a fighter, throw his beard over his shoulders and puff up his chest. The fighter grins at the stranger exhales, asking, what are you waiting for? Lead the way. So we can say we've already got enough mouths to feed. You're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Or who are you and what are you doing out here? Call me Yunar, or anything else you'd like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but he stopped looking for answers. Sure, you're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Keep pace, the old man puffs through his mustache. Mustache? No fleeter than old Yunar. And husbands, mind your wives, I'm cursed with the golden tongue, not silver. The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again. Aha, another god stone. The godstone of thunder passes around you. In the frozen climate here, it looks like the rock has split and is falling apart. Held together only by the deep snow. Curiously, when standing between the stones, the wind drops off completely, picking up again once you've passed through. I almost wonder if we should rest here for the night, says Ivor, who seems to have noticed the same thing. With all the snow around it, Dredd might not even be able to find us. So you can stay here overnight, inspect the godstone but move on forward, or get back to the road without stopping. So at every single godstone we always get some sort of item, so maybe let's rest here. Let's stay here for the night. You walk around camp before settling in. Along each strand of Dunder's massive beard is carved a different part of his story, and you turn your head to and fro to read it. While the Loom Mother was the first to create, she soon found a counterpart in Dunder, who embodied her ideals in a masculine form. Dunder took some of her creations, gave them beards and showed them the secrets of smiting, though many remember him just as fondly for teaching them games and songs of mirth. As the camp settles in, you notice a group of boys huddle around something. They show you an offering box carved into the godstone itself. The box is an elaborate construction of interlocking pieces, which slide around when touched. We can't get it open, they tell you. It's like a puzzle. So let's try to open it. Why not? The boys take turns working out the puzzle and give you tips when it's your turn, even though you don't seem to make much progress. Eventually they leave to sleep until it's just you and a couple of other determined youngsters. Give up and go to sleep or keep working on the puzzle box? Let's insist a little bit. It's hard to know how long you spent flying around the smooth puzzle pieces, but when people begin emerging from their tents, you know you're in trouble, exhausted from a long sleepless night. Worse still, the box remains closed as you shuffle warily along with the leaving caravan. Well, and Oni, you laugh evilly and commands the darkness. What do you mean, honey? Ahead you find what appears to be a good number of peasants surrounded by brigands. One of the armed men looked over his shoulders and said, "Gods be damned, this is all I need. Listen, don't interfere, and one of the supply wagons is yours." While remaining silent, the peasants plead to you with their eyes. Accept the offer, back away from these people or die, or what's going on in here? Nothing concerning you, he replies. And before you start telling me otherwise, these are my clansmen. Thought they could run off with every scrap of food in the village. Now all I want is you to move on, so take your share or don't. So either we don't get involved at all, we draw our weapons, or we take the supplies and leave. Well, let's draw our weapons. Let's defend these poor people. Poor people. The man turns completely towards you, shaking his head. Had a feeling you'd be that type. Is all he says before the brigands rush you. Which means it's more fighting time. Now look at that, Need is an archer. She's a new character we can have. As a bowmaster, she has the bird of prey ability. The character uses her longbow to shoot further than other less experienced archers, and she always hits her mark. Bird of Prey makes it possible for her to strike units before they are able to get an attack range, and allows her passive puncture to be used against more enemies who may have been out of range for an normal shot. For every 2 points of armor her target has lost, the archer gains 1 additional strength to her attack, as long as she didn't move beforehand. This makes her especially deadly near the end of a fight or against tough opponents who have lost a lot of armor. Just remember not to move, giving the archer time to line up her shot. But with the Bird of Prey passive, she has increased range, so maybe she's useful to have around. Pretty useful. So there we have Rook, Ivor, Alat, Gunnulf, Ivan, and Ekel. Maybe let's replace Ivan with Need. See how she does in the battle. Although she does not have any trinkets on her. What do you have, Gunnulf? I have this 20% dodge strength and plus 2 strength. At least it gives you plus 3 armor and 1 aggro. I have very little armor, by the way. Yeah, but let's keep going this way. You get to be a powerhouse of strength. And look at that! It's a reverse trap. Instead of being on the middle ring, we are on the outer ring. Or rather, outer square outline. And this time it's us who gets the drop on you, so we can position ourselves in a very specific way. So maybe Gunnulf, you get to stay here-ish, so you can get close in with those people. Or here maybe. Or here maybe. It's hard to know really. Ivor, you do get to stay there. Need, you get to stay here beside Gunnulf. Lad, you get to stay there beside Rook and Echo. Although I think Akio should be in the middle. And Rook and I'll let you decide. So either you're alone, but hopefully nothing will go too bad. Maybe you should be closer to them. And let them come to you instead. Battle time. Rook can already hit this target for 7 damage. Well. There you have it. Now Gunoff, delicious Gunoff, you get to go there and use your spin twin attack, which allows you to hit 2 enemies. This true for your normal strength damage, which is a lot of damage by the way. Need, use your bird of prey to hit him. Can't you hit him already? Wow, that's a short range you have. But short. Hit him. So Akio has had nothing to do this turn, whereas this guy was going around to fuck him up. Rook. Maybe wear down this fool. Oh no. God damn it, don't go and kill Need. Next turn is yours though, so what will you do? Yeah, sure. Of course you did that. Next turn is yours as well. But I need to make sure you don't get to kill Need. Or at least injure Need. Of course you will though. Well, Akio, then you can go and kill him. Boy. Oh, you're going down, son. This is extremely dangerous. Maybe he'll get a chance to kill Gunoff before he goes down. And I don't need Gunoff to be even more injured than he already is. And there we go. You're down. Vikotori. And I got an achievement, Bowmaster. A Need has been injured. Of course she has. With the brigands either fallen or fled, the peasant they left behind. Thank you for profusely. Thank you for profusely. What? With the brigands either fallen or fled, the peasants they've left behind thank you for profusely. Huh. What a weird wording we have going on in here. But either way, sure. It is true what he said, one tells you. We took the food and left. May the God have mercy on me, I'd let him die. They hesitantly join your caravan. Oh, we got some supplies and some clansmen. More mouths to feed. How do you know? But look at that, we're arriving on Halkestorp. In the distance, Halkestorp smolders like an old campfire. Even from here you can see black figures shambling through it. That looks like a dead town, remarks Iber, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, Oddleaf reminds you. Check it out, just in case. I hope there's others would do the same for me. Dredge are nothing we haven't faced before. Iver grunts, but otherwise says nothing. Besides, it might throw Bellower off the scent a bit. We had a day's march out towards Halkestorp. Oni says in other words, thanks for saving our hides. Oh, you're welcome. As soon as you've stepped foot in this small town, you think you've made a mistake. It's thoroughly littered with corpses. Within moments, the dredge are upon you, as though you start up an angry harnessed nest. You draw your weapons, and it's time for battle, I think. And also, Zach, you delicious, generous Zach, thank you so very much for that donation. Yet another donation of yours. Oh, thank you so very much, Zach. And I wonder, what the hell have I done to deserve so much generosity? Have I done something? I don't think I have. But seriously, super duper appreciate it. Thank you so very much, buddy. And one of these days you will have to let me know if there's anything I can do to repay such generosity, because holy damn. Holy damn a damn. That's mighty kind of you. But still, thank you so much, Zach. And I hope you're enjoying the stream and the game so far. It's kinda it's kinda slow paced, but I'm enjoying it and I'm enjoying myself, and I hope you guys are too. Zach, you say go get that Banner Saga tree. Oh, I will. We still have to get through. We still have to finish this one and go through the second Banner Saga before we can get to the third. But we will do that, that's for sure. Thank you once again. And only you say darkness within darkness lies within your heart. What? Antaga says, oh no, another fight. Well, you know it. It is time for another fight. But first, I will take a quick bathroom break, drink some water, and then I'll be back, ready and refreshed to kill some dredge, possibly. Be right back, guys. And I am back. Woof woof to every single one of you. And Zach, you say, let me know if you can repay such generosity, in between quotes. Too scared to ask for reasons. What do you mean? And Oni, don't do bad things, Oni. Alright, the tiger and Zach will held you responsible for it. Anyway, as soon as you've stepped foot in this small town, you think you've made a mistake. It is thoroughly lit. Hard. Poor dude. And let you stay there in the back lines. Ivan, you stay back there. Get the fuck back there. So look at that. This. We have a Scourge Warrior, he has a shitload of strength. We have a Dredge Stone Guard, which has a lot of armor. So Rook, you get onto that. And then we have the Stone Guard Colossus, who has even more armor. So that's dangerous. Then we have this ranged Doodaroo. I'll get onto that. And then we have this enraged Grunt who can do a lot of damage. Either you're onto that. Gunoff, you can use your Pinch Wing to deal lots of damage to these peeps. Or maybe Ivor should be there. Because Ivor has more armor. And he can use his Head Bash to push them back and deal damage, armor damage to them. There you go. Ivind, you can cure, repair armor, so that's interesting to have you there. And as for everything else, Aku, you stay there because you know you can do good things every now and then. Actually, the reason for you being there is because you can give Rook and Ivor a passive armor bonus just for being there. With that, let's start the combat. We are quote-unquote ready. Rook, break that fool's armor. Aha! No, don't, damn it. Just barely moved. Yep, and he's already summoning goons. Gotta get him to stop summoning people. And get to hit that ranged dude back there as fast as possible. Okay, now I can see the exploding things. It's hard as fuck to see in the snow, but in here it's easier. And Grease said you're on it, cause Zach said someone roll a newspaper bapped up naughty little pup. And Grease said grabs on me and squeezes his cheeks. Oh, you silly boys. But anyway, Gunoff, you get to come here and wreck this fool. That's one of the many advantages of having like 20 strength. And as for you, Ivind, can use the Arc Lightning to do up to 4 strength damage. You don't do armor damage though, unless you melee the shit out of them, which is bad. So deal armor damage to that, strength damage to that guy. He's awfully close. And he has a lot of strength, so it's bad to reduce that strength. As for you, Akio, you can move in and deal damage to him, but this will explode within the turn and give everybody some damage, so maybe that's not a good place to be at. So you do nothing. Oh, motherfucker, he was able to summon his dude. I didn't even get a chance to stop him. For fuck's sake. Okay, Rook, you go there and kill him. Okay, so I started with the small advantage that I had fewer dredge to deal with, but now that has not turned out to be like that because they were able to summon reinforcements. Aha, that dealt damage to him. Ow, god damn it. I forgot that even the... The friendly fire also works for them. Well, what are you gonna do? Pushed people back and broke their armor. You fecker. None of you get back in there. You can either deal strength damage to him because you have a shitload of strength, so their armor means nothing, or you could break armor that so other people could get a chance at dealing with them. Or not. Ow. Ivan, same goes for you. You can do that. So you keep doing strength damage to him, and only him. As for you, though, welcome to the fray, I guess. Echo. Baptist this dude. Oop. Oh, not exploding stones, and now is the worst time ever to have exploding stones show up. Because it's gonna be almost impossible for me to be able to move some of these people out of there with these exploding stones in place. Oh god, dog damn it. Also, hey there, Spiker, welcome to the stream and thanks for that delicious host. Now auto-hosting died, it seems. I don't know about that. Auto-hosting, I don't even know actually. Maybe it did. I don't know. Nonetheless, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, Spiker? The best doggeroo ever. I mean, wolfaroo. You're not a doggeroo, you're a wolfaroo. Ah, how are you doing today? Ow. Either you getting here... How much strength do you have? Not enough. I'll kill this dude then. No, not Ivan. God damn it. I'll let you go here. Okay, no, you... Wow. Wow. I think her threaded needle could have dealt damage. Ow. Independent of distance. Ganoff, you get to kill this dude. Because you do have the strength to do so. And Ivan, the next turn is yours. So you get the fuck away from there. And get lightning going on him. And that's it. We've won. And Oni says my traps are set. What do you mean, Oni? And Spiker says my channel was empty. Empty at Halsia. Well then, welcome to our channel then. It's almost as empty. I mean, I feel like there's less than 10 people here. But still, you're welcome to join our little party. We're playing Banner Saga, this visual novel with some tactical combat every now and then. But anyway, one thing I always mean to say about this game, but I keep forgetting, is that despite this game being extremely story heavy, it's a story that you really fall for me, because you get to interact with these characters during the visual novel part of the game, but also in here in the combat, you memorize everybody's name. That's super fun because from afar, so many of them feel like everybody else. They look the same and they behave the same. So it's fun when you memorize everybody's name. Anyway, Spiker says, doing good. How's you? Enjoying this game? Hell yeah, I am. I had forgotten how awesome this game is. And I had played this game before, back in 2014 when it released. But back then I don't remember how, nor which way I was playing, but I do know that I had taken many different choices. So different characters died or survived depending on my choices back there. But right now, I have a different lineup from the one I had when I first played this game. So it's good. There is some sort of replayability for this game. And the second and third Banner Saga are out, so we're doing a marathon to finish up this entire series. And thankfully this is a lovely, awesome series. So I am enjoying it. Although movement here on the chats and everywhere else seems very slow. But anyway, how are you doing, Spiker? How was your stream, which you should have begun half an hour ago? What happened? Oh, you say, "Wahaha, I will be on dog again." What? Oh, sure, you do that. This town is nothing but ghosts, and now covered in more dredge bodies too. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall, with a couple items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing were wrong and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. Leave, quote unquote. Anid, what do you have to say? I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Need, your rook, I know. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I wanted to thank you for letting me join you. Where are you from? I don't think you're from Skoger. I knew most of the people there. No, I had a house in Frost Valor, but we were driven out when the dredge started to show up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My sons and I were thrown out into the fields. I'm sorry for your unfortunate story. Aku's men killed my husband. Now Aku is traveling with us. For a long time I was angry. Why did he get to live? Why did you decide for the rest of us? You look away momentarily, not sure what to say. But I've let it go. I have 3 sons, and I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their hearts. That's why I wanted to thank you. Consider your response. I've always been such a good shot. Honestly, I never even tried before Oddleaf made me. I spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. Oddleaf's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. I just look where I wanted to go. The arrows, I mean. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something helpful. You consider your response, which is, you're welcome. I should be going. Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. She returns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. Bye-bye, Nid. And now we're going to go to the market and buy more supplies, which apparently there's a plenty of. And each renown gets 10 supplies, so holy shit, that's a lot of supplies. Delicious supplies. And now we get to rest. That's all our heroes have some time to improve. And so does our morale. And Spiker says you stream 30. Really? I swear your streams used to begin at 11 my time. Now they begin at noon my time. So have those naughty people with the daylight saving something, have they come to you? Have the daylight saving time people knocked down on your door and started fondling every single clock you have in your home and adjusting back the time, or forwards, I don't know. Have they done that to you as well? And Oni, yeah, look at that thick butt doggo, ain't there? What? What do you mean, Oni? Spiker, you secretly started streaming an hour later. Why secretly? I mean, if it was a secret, it wasn't for long. But nonetheless, I've always wondered about that because you always started streaming late in your time, so isn't it even later now for you? But anyway, what am I even saying? You certainly do know what you're doing. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected, and accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughters' virtues are the sort of things you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading shooting to protect everyone. Carry on and put up with it, try to address the major issues, try to keep people useful and too busy for petty squabbles, form a council to handle these problems, or split the caravan. So let's try and address the... Let's form a council. It would be good to have people, capable people here, handling problems. You select a few older members to solve everyday issues, but infighting neuters their progress. Other members feel they could do a better job. Ultimately, while it buys some time, the council dissolves, tired of the thankless and demanding work. Well then. So that happened. And Spiker, you say 17 your time. So 5 PM. It isn't true. It isn't as late as I thought. But still, that sounds awesome. I hope changing the time of your stream hasn't changed too much your audience and the you know, the dynamics of it. The Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Let's inspect the Godstone. Ingrid's Godstone is carved with ancient runes, which doesn't make much sense to you, though Ivan tells you some of the Menders have deciphered them. It's how the Menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the story of the gods, but it can be all about nearly any topic. Sadly, Ivan doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. So let's pack up and move on. As you're trying to depart, you hear screams from near the main Godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hand. Wait, says Ivor, his arm across your chest. You shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweep over you. A lad pushes past and gasps. Stop, shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hand searching for something it can't find. That's a baby, says the leaf. The dredge is a woman. We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time, leaving them to die. In a war, it's only the males who fight, says Ivor. We've been fighting this dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their back attacking us? They're not invading, they're running, says Ivor. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She did not know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we were running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? Ivor? Ivor, say something? Ivor? Question mark, or this isn't the time. Ivor? Question mark. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. We called it Raise. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon Raise deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe. It twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sunder. When I found my way to Gravenheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skoger, where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What we do is the baby, she asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. I can put it to a vote, I can insist on taking it with the caravan, on leaving it behind, or staying out of this one. So many choices. And only you said your stream starts at -1 PM. So it always starts on the day previous to the day it is currently. Is that so, Oni? Is that what you mean to say? The tiger says, "Oh snap!" Yeah, I do remember this whole sequence here. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember the sequence from the other time I played. Let's take it with the caravan. I mean, why not? You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take it in the Dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterward, one of the women comes to you. Its waddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere. From the goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. And I gained a Navaldrum silver brooch. Godstone Ingrid. I got an achievement. Lovely. And now, enough with this. Let's keep marching towards... What's the name of the place we're going to? I always forget the name of this unpronounceable place we're going to. We're going to Sigerholm. We came from Einertoft, and this was gonna be our way, straight down here, but instead we made a detour and passed through Halkerstorp, because this way was filled with dredge, so instead we made a longer way around. But we're nearing Sigerholm, there's not much else in the way, so we're close to there. You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that Varl have gathered. I have rejoined you as you approach. And only you have said the caravan must not save for work sin. Well, don't worry, they won't. Krumer says, Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a meat house than battling asunder. No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some words. Plow head first into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost, now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Balor leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Balor in the head with a throwing axe? Both Varl halted their debate when they suddenly noticed you watching. What is this about? Don't stop on my cow, or you're planning to confront the dredge? Careful, my friend. A lot of old story getting thrown around here. The warriors were just nothing. That there's a... What? The warriors were just nothing. That there's a damn good number of dredging on our asses. And noting. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredgers on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude, says Krummer. Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Eubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krummer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Old rivalry you've got there. Comments like that reminds me, I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you're coming, Ingvar. You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then, I'll tell Harderborg you said hello. Krummer and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing arm of Dredge. Bye-bye, Krummer. Is he going to come back? He always has before. But this time feels different, I fear, says Eubin. So one of my heroes is gone. Just like that. Because of my decisions, they are not with our caravan anymore. It sucks. Several women are talking expressively at the young girl found nearly frozen to death, now called Aukfrosta. The quiet child's phrase expresses quiet terror, aggressively jabbing at the dirt with a stick with which she clearly used to draw on the ground. Let's study her drawings. The markings are somewhat intricate. The squares and circles could be wagons, including a depiction of yaks in the front. A line from the yaks leads to deeper gouges where Aukfrosta has jabbed the stick repeatedly. Depending on how you look at it though, it could be almost anything. Let's try to talk to her. You're safe, Aukfrosta, you say, looking into the girl's blue eyes. She comes a bit before stepping towards you. Using her stick to point at the deep gouges in the ground she previously made, she whispers, "Edge, edge, edge." It doesn't mean anything to you, but you feel like you're connected with her a little bit. Well then. Ah, look at that. Sigerholm is almost within reach. Gather round, Doubters. Echoes of shout in the distance as Krummer and his band of warriors break through nearby foliage. And behold, the invincible Varl. The caravan is thrilled to see Krummer return safely. Did the plan work? Asks Eubin. Work? Responds Krummer. Of course it worked. Same old Dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these. Krummer says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering to so Eubin can hear. Had something to do with Raven's nest and a hair tie. Well, I got Dunder's hand and some renown. A lot of renown, actually.
As Sigerholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud home sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Zach, you gotta go now. Sure thing, Zach. Thank you once again so very much for being here. joining the stream. I hope you've enjoyed watching more of this episode of the Banner Saga trilogy marathon that we're doing. And as always, if you wanna keep following the story and see what's up, you can always check my YouTube channel and watch the rest of the stream over there. I'm gonna be uploading it later today. Today's part, I'm gonna be uploading it to the YouTubes, so you can watch it, the part you missed. And once again, thank you so much for your generous donation. I'll be seeing you next time. Stay awesome and take care, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye. And Bones, you said, and stationed. You shall take sex. Hashtag seating device. Sure thing, Bones. Welcome to the stream, or maybe you were already there. I don't know. Nonetheless, welcome to the stream and welcome to Zach's station. Hashtag seating device. How are you doing, Bones? And look at that, we arrived. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleaf, as you pull in to Sigurd home. The town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Ivan, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? Says Oddleaf. While taking stock of caravans, you have inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleaf and Ivan. As long as we need to, says Ivan. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, Ivan. I think Oddleaf is right. I saw a man. The whole time we were setting up, he was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. And that's the conundrum here. Okay, Ivan, what do you have to say? You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worried doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here, or something has happened to her, are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or, I don't know, you were pretty exhausted. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not even sure anymore. Everything is a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. You think about what you want to say. What's it like to be a mender? Being a mender? I guess I never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father both menders. The guild is for lots of people now, builders and healers. Do they all pull lightning out of the sky? No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helped me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. How exactly does weaving work anyway? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns on the wood to help them remember the shapes of... like I said, hard to explain. Why is Bellower still following us? I saw Grafenheim as it burned. Ivan gets a faraway look in his eyes. The thunder blew through it like a tempest. The varl fell in the thousands. Most of the thunder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to or heading toward Arborang. Ballard stayed in Grufenheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the Varl off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed the raised. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. Do you think this is the end times? I don't know what you think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escape the dredge, that serpent said the darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take or what it means even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Arborang. If you can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. I won't take any more time. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spent all day worrying about serpents or thunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated or scared maybe. Of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new, I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that doesn't include the world ending. So now, have we gone to the market? No, we haven't. One renown gets 3 supplies, so this is expensive. Let's spend some renown though buying supplies. And because we have a shitload of clansmen, we need much more supplies to keep them fed and in working order. Let's buy all the supplies we can. And rest for a day or two. Let's wait to see if Juno shows up. If within 2 days she doesn't show up, I think we're best off leaving this place. And Oni, you said that Daddy Bones is back. Well, what do you know? Daddy Bones is back, after all. A scuffle has broken out in front of the houses. Thief! Shouts one of your people as a group of strangers flee from your camp. But Leaf is already running their direction. They took our supplies, you hear from nearby. We can chase the thieves, try to talk it out with the locals, tell the caravan to get ready to leave immediately or ignore the theft and protect the caravan. Let's talk with the locals. You wander onto a beach where some men have been waiting for you. Some terse words are exchanged about whether anything had been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapon, but it stops the conversation cold. Well then, battle time it is. Just like that. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Need you take Echo's place. It's good to have a long-range archer in the team. We have 10 renown, so we can promote not Rook, not Ivor. Not a Let. Can we promote? No, not a Let. Can we promote? No, Gunoff is already level fucking 5. Ivan is already 5 either. Need, she can't be promoted until she kills 4 more things. So nobody can be promoted. Maybe Krummer. But I'm not using Krummer in this battle. I wish I could have had more renown to promote Ivor. But anyway, let's get ready for battle. But anyway, Bones, how are you doing? Indeed. By the way, I don't know why you are the person who came to mind when I thought about it yesterday. I was playing some... what was it called again? I was playing some Beat Saber and I was able to finish up a lot of songs on Expert And I was like, holy shit, I did it. Took me forever, but I finally did it. I am a master lightsaber wielder. Now everybody can be proud of me. Ah. Okay, so this formation is kinda iffy, but this is formation I wanna go with. Poor... what's your face? Ivan up there, Rook, Let, Ivor, Gunoff, and Need. All in line. Let's get ready, and let's start. By the way, the first move is gonna be Rook, so you best start hitting some fools. Breaking off their armor. Ah, she's the one to move. Lovely. So Ivor does get to go first and mow down some of these foolish fellows, such as you. Hello. Goodbye. I'll let you get to break off his armor too. Gunoff, you're up. Take care of him. Ivan, what can you do? Who can you fuck up with? I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to be there, Ivan, so you can arc lightning her for 4 strength points. Need though. It should be here. So you can puncture some holes into her. Rook, you're up. So you can deal some damage, or you can break all of the rest of his armor, so somebody else can deal a lot of damage to this guy further on. God damn it. Nope. Don't kill Nid. Whatever has she done to you? And Bones just said, "Dog, please, you're proud. Now stream it." I actually might one of these days. Do maybe a Friday fitness or Fitness Friday. Start up a stream and just go and dance. I mean, not necessarily dance, but rather break boxes with lightsabers. Ouch. Ivan, you're up. He has... Next turn is this guy, so Ivan, what you can do is... You can hit him with your arc lightning, so... Might as well hit this guy with your arc lightning. Need, you can't kill him. Holy shit. So you can guarantee 1 strength damage to him, which is fun, but 1 strength damage won't do much. And then you say now do pro. Bones will say pro stream. Oni says make me proud and do pro mode. What is pro mode? What do you guys mean by that? And Oni, you say puncture holes in you. No, I wouldn't know such things. You are too young to have holes punctured into you, Bones. Rook. You can kill this guy instead, even though he's probably gonna go and try and do a number on you. So maybe you should go back here and protect Alet. He did try though. Look at that. It's not Gunoff. You can go and kill him. I don't think I will though. I'll just close him off. Why will I not kill him though? You may wonder. And I will not kill him because Gunoff is already level 5 and so is Ivind. I need to level up my lower level do the rules. Such as Need, or Rook, or Alet. So Need, you get to deal some damage. Rook, you can get promoted already. You just don't have the renown, so sure, you go for the kill. So just like any other tactics game, you also have to keep this in mind. Which characters you deal the killing blow with, that so they can level up in the future. The killing blow is all that counts. No, you can have dealt 99% of damage with one person, but whoever deals the killing blow gets the kill. So, and you need so many kills to actually do things. The thieves scatter pretty quickly when you start laying into them. But when you return to the caravan, you discover why. Even more supplies have gone missing since you rushed out to fight. God damn it. You thieving bastards. So maybe staying in the city isn't even good. They are stealing our supplies and bad things are going on all over the place. I wish we could stay just to improve our morale a little bit more, but maybe staying here is not good at all. Sorry, Ivan, but... Rook, wait, please, Ivan begs. She said she'd be here, we need her. You can tell he's terrified of leaving, as though he'd be giving up on Juno. I'm sure she'll catch up with us. She's not coming, or... Okay, that's a little longer. Oh, she will catch up. She has come all this way. She can go a little bit further. Ivan looks out across the lake with a 1,000-mile stare. He says nothing. We've got problems, says Ivan. The whole place is flooded. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it'll be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might tip or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that'll take. What do you think? Let's detour around the flooding. We have enough supplies to take a few days. A few days longer to go around. You leave Sigur home and start to feel your way around the flooded area, which has washed out the road completely. You continue far into the wooded area, which slows you down even further. Already committed, you hope you didn't make a grave mistake. We leave Sigur home in a hurry, hoping to outpace the dredge that must be close behind. As you continue further south, you first hit overgrowth, and then forest before finding land that is dry enough to follow back around. By the time you circumvented the mud, you've lost a lot of time and hope it doesn't haunt you later. And Oni says, between quotes, you're too young to have holes punctured in you, bows. Oh, sorry, I guess I confused names. I'm a bamboozled doggo, so... That happens every now and then. Sorry if I switch up your names. Well, what do you guys mean go pro? Or do the pro or whatever? Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, a concerned woman tells you. Counted this myself yesterday, no mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long. Announce that any more missing supplies results in rationing. Ask clansmen if they've seen anything suspicious. Post a few extra guards to watch the supplies or tell me if you see it again. Your clansmen loathe the idea of even more stringent meals. Accusations abound and 2 different fights erupt before you regain some sense of order, but you at least get the message through. More nitpicking of supplies will result in rationing. And the morale has declined, of course. And Bones says then they get to be Oni. No need for that. Bones, you're still Bones, Oni, you're still Oni. Oh, bleh. And on you mean professional mode, proud mode, extra hard. I don't think Beat Saber has a professional mode. Or harder mode than it already is. But anyway, as you're about to head off to sleep for the night, Onef pulls you aside. I have a couple concerns I wanted to speak to you about, he says. In private. To find a quiet place to talk. What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? Who are you worried about? The group decides, not just me. We have picked up quite a few. Or is this about Echo? Who are you worried about? I've been watching folks since I joined you, your companion from Skogar. They're loyal. I mean, they seem pretty clear that they die to protect you. I suppose I'd do the same. What about the Varl? Don't even know half these warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's order now? After everything that happened at Einertoft? I trust Ivor to handle it. He's fearless, I give you that. But look at him, he's run ragged. He can't be there all the time. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? If Kremer gave the word, I guarantee at least half would follow. Let's be honest, they could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. What do you suggest? I suggest growing some balls instead of hoping it all works out, Rook. They're not the biggest problem though. There's a Mender with us. A Mender who pulls lightning out of the skies and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we lucked out when his mentor didn't show up in Sigerholm. Ivan's just the apprentice. What in the depth is his master capable of? Think about it, Rook. What do you really know about Ivan? I hear they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Then an enormous Semper shows up at Einertoft after tearing the world in half. Takes one look at Ivan and boats. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender's council. How does that make any damn sense? You make some valid points, you might be distorting what happened. Ivan could have taken control long before now, he could have. A shrewd man with ambitions can be very patient. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook. But it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onef is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs. You backstabbing motherfucker. Your vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again. There's a bird whistle and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Onef's fighters from Fosverlo leap into action, cutting people down. As Oddleaf turns to fire on the man, Onef runs her through and pulls the blade from her back without even breaking his stride. She drops like a sack of flour. Onef heads straight for Alat, who freezes in unbridled terror. You rise to your feet through the pain. Oddleaf is dead. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitor in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Onef clutches Alat's wrist amidst the commotion, tosses her bowl aside and pulls her into the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you as Ivor steps into view, as fearsome as if you have ever seen him. As fearsome as you have ever seen him. Let's go to battle. Rook is injured, what do you know? We can take either Akil or Krummer. Oh shit, they killed Oddleaf. God damn it. All those backstabbing bastards, they killed one of my characters just because. And I can even use 1F now because he's become traitor. So my roster of characters has diminished again. Oh, this fucking game. Okay, Ivor, you've got a promotion. Congratulations. So you get to be have more armor break now, more strength now. And you can be promoted again, you just don't have the renown. Rook, you also can be promoted to level 5 should you wish. So no more kills for you. Gunov, you already killed 24 enemies, which is like a shitload of people. Ivan, you kill only 2, but that's enough. Need, you are our new 1F, our new Oddleaf, because Oddleaf, she's dead. Akil, you're a grudge wielder, and Krummer, you're our war leader. I guess I'm gonna take Akil with us on this. Need, you go last. What's this? Drunder's hand. According to the myth, the god Drunder needed these gloves just to lift his hammer of creation, heavy as it was. They can give Eyvind or Gunov more dodge strength and choose strength or one more strength point. Fuck it. Okay, that's it. And Bones, you say denied. And only you say custom tracks, you forgot what increases GBP. Lots of things, but don't worry about it, Oni. And Tiger says, no, Leaf. She's dead. Because matter factor trader Onef killed her. And now we're gonna kill him. Oh my dog. Okay, I think we're ready. First Rook, then Ivor, then Gunov, then Ivan, then Akil, then Need. And also, not only that, but Alet has been kidnapped. So she's not in the rooster either. God damn it. This is one way to raise the tension of this. And we're all scattered, look at this. Everybody's all over the place. Rook, you get to begin here, sure, why not? Akil, you go beside him. Ivan, you go there. Gunov, you go there. Ivor, you go there. Where? There. And Need, stay here-ish beside them. Let's go. Okay, so Rook, you're gonna go and try and kill one of these archers before they get a chance to do anything. Then Ivor kills somebody, that guy probably, and then Gunnulf gets to mow these two down. If he gets to go before these two get a turn. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so no more armor for you. What's this? Ivor! Kill this Dodaroo. Don't get a turn. Nobody get a turn. What about you? Sure, shoot Ivor. See if I can. As for you, Gunnulf, use your Spin Twin. Do some damage. They took a lot of damage. Ow. And Ivan, what can you do? Whose turn is next? Your turn is next, so I could try and kill you. Ivan can do that. Because as we have already established, Ivan can control the lightning and all sorts of weird shit. So kill him. Akio, what about you though? You have one exertion, so you can only add 1 point on top of another person's attacks. So you go down here and kill her. Oh, they're all going for Nid. The poor girl, she has ever done to deserve this much abuse. So all she can do now is break people's armor. She doesn't have enough strength to keep doing attacks. One more turn and she's dead though. Rook, you can kill 4 plus 3, 7, no. You can kill this or this archer. I mean, this guy is a shield bearer. Kill him, his turn is next, so might as well disrupt the turn order. Oh, you don't have exertion. Now you have exertion. Willpower, rather. See, with enough willpower, you can do anything. Neither you take care of her as well. God damn it, you... So you have more armor, so you get to go down first. Now it's pillage time. Ivan, you get to attack her melee. Not necessarily a melee combatist, but sure, why not? Akil, there's nothing you can do, so you just stay there. And Rook, of course, use your willpower to puncture lungs and holes into her. And there we go. So we killed a lot of people, but none of these people were Onif. So I wonder what happened to him. And Oni says, oh my dog, send booty pics and you revive her. And Tiger says, kill that bastard and make him feel pain. I will. And also, I got some renown, I can promote someone. I think. Where is Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit, but you're already hobbling into the deep woods where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In a haze of pain, you start to think you've lost your tracks, then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. In a small clearing, Alette lies with her back against a tree. Her hands and her clothes are covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Beside her is the body of Onef, an arrow buried in his eye, as if placed there by hand. She looks in your direction and then at Onef. "I killed him," she says. "Alette, are you alright?" You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Alette after her bloody struggle with Onef. "No, I'm not hurt. I had no choice." "Dad, your chest, you're bleeding." Suddenly she is at your side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where is my needle? Oatleaf, anyone." "Ivor, I found them," says Ivan. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivan and Alette standing over you. "He's going to make it." Your eyes open to the sound of Alette's voice. "Normally, I wouldn't like that. I only hope I did enough." "I'll survive," says Rook. "Dad," says Alette. Alette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her instead. The words come out easier than expected. "Oatleaf?" "It's a good thing Ivan was here. She's going to pull through, though it was a nasty wound. We managed to kill most of these traitors, son of a bitches, and the rest fled into the woods, says Ivan. "There were a lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Ivan. Nobody expects you to raise the dead." Ivan frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. "What did Onef do? Why did Onef do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened." He had been planning it all along. He thought my leadership would get us killed, or I don't know. I think he thought my leadership was bad. "Utter bastard, all this time we had no idea," says Ivan. Ekilkin killed a good half dozen of Onef's men by himself. He told me Onef was running Frost Valor the whole time. Really? He left Frost Valor behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guess that relationship is over. Ek was always just the barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Onef went after those of us from Skogar. He must have thought with us gone he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves and leave the rest as dredge bait. We have to be more careful. We can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. No, nothing changes. We're not like him. Where do you draw the line, Ivor? Or we'll be more cautious. Yeah, I mean, it sucked, but there's so many people out there. So many possible friends and so many possible traitors. Bastards. We made new friends along the way. We met Need, we met Ivan, we met all these other Varls. We met a lot of new friends. And new helpers. We were kinda hurting for help after we left Frost Valor. Where do you draw the line, Ivor? I don't know, Rook. I really don't. None of these changes the fact that Belor is out there somewhere following us. That swamp around Sigurholm might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor's right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. And we're moving. Or not. Oatleaf, she's alive! Aww. How's the wound? You notice Oatleaf winks as she rises to greet you. It's doing a lot better. When I saw it happen, I thought for sure. Oh well, I'm really glad you would have missed me, Rook. She smiles. Without Ivan, that's all you could have done. Instead, you have to put up with my crap a little longer. It still aches like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. Heard you took a stabbing yourself. I guess things could have gone worse. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. Sometimes it's lonely since my husband died. I guess I'd say it's more like being alone, even surrounded by all these people. Not like I don't have enough to worry about though. I'm glad to have a lad around. And you, Rook. What do you think about the caravan? Talk business. You mean, should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I got a sword in my pack. But leave things for a long moment before sighing. Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to a lad. I'll let you get some rest, I say. Okay, thanks, she says. I'll take you up on that. You know, you're welcome to keep me company. When I'm a little more awake, I mean. I'll talk to you later. A tiger says, yay, old leaf. Old leaf, rather. So happy she's alive. She is indeed. And so am I, actually. Oh, damn that one F. So, Akio. Guess I misjudged you. You with your murderous stare and twitchy eyes, I guess you weren't the villain after all. Look who it is. Still not dead. How are things, Rook? I can never guess with you, Akio. I heard you helped drive off the traitors when Onef attacked us. And it leaves me always wondering, what's your deal? I'm not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling? So why didn't you warn us about Onef? Didn't I? How many times did I have to call him a traitor before you got the message? What do you want me to say? Watch out, Onef's going to murder your whole family. He didn't fill me in on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me. But listen, I don't need to know, so keep it to yourself. Why did you stick with him? I don't know, Rook. Family makes you do weird things. Because yeah, Akio and Onef were brothers-in-law. Now, because Akio's sister married him, Onef, but then Akio's sister's died a while ago, and now Onef is dead. So Akio has no more connections to Onef anymore. You know what's the worst part? The worst part is, we became kin when he married my sister. She died of a fever one night, but she didn't. She wasn't sick. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. He got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I want him to feel sick about it, puke his guts out, and somehow that turned into, over time, he never cared, and I gave up and did what he wanted. I don't know how it happened, but when I attacked you in Frost Valor, guess I'll just say it wasn't my idea. You're welcome to stay with us, actually, after all. Had no plans to go anywhere. So you're going to let me walk around with my own axe and everything. That doesn't mean I'm not watching you. I can't accept that. You're a good man. I need to get going. And Akio says, and I need to take a piss. You're not the only busy man around here, you know. You shake your head as Akio steps away from camp. Well, at least that happened. So, I don't know who's injured. I guess Rook is still injured and Nid. Yes, they're both injured, and so is Leaf actually. So let's rest for a day, and then we're good to go. Or maybe another day, just make sure our morale improves a little bit before we leave. Let's head off to some other lands. Hopefully nothing bad will happen this time around. And I wonder if we'll get to play as Hakon again. We haven't played as him in forever. This whole stream has been Rook this, Rook that, Rook all the way. Even though we finished 2 chapters. A woman's stifled scream failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by this first sign of new life since the trip began. Congratulate the new parents privately. We'll not call a day of rest and celebration. Neither will I offer the family extra rations as gifts, so everybody will start banging like crazy if we do that. Let's just congratulate the new parents privately. You discreetly make your way to the family stand amidst cheerful clansmen. You give your most heartfelt congratulations to the parents, telling them how strong the young boy looks. The mother cries and the father thanks you repeatedly. Our morale has improved. And you got some renown for that. Lovely. And Oni, don't backstab anyone. Oh, is this a little village? Can we rest here? Or buy more supplies, rather. The villagers here are completely oblivious to the destruction that is coming. All we've seen is some dark figure far off, they tell you. Aside from a few young families, they're reluctant to pick up their things and join you. We got some clansmen nonetheless. Let's go to the market and buy supplies. Enough for 18 days worth of travel. Of course, I could always be buying these delicious things like this that protects from death, strength plus higher than 1. This the Mage's Ring that gives me +2 strength resist, +1 will per kill. This that gives me 2 armor per turn. This that gives me 3 will. But we're struggling just to make ends meet and get everybody going. So supplies it is. Let's rest for another day and let's get back on the road. I don't even know where we're going, actually. I just know that we are going, that's it. And also, hello there, Chandler. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? And here we are, another stop. While walking, the words of a mother's song reach you. It's soothing, nuanced, and about your current journey. When she finishes, a man begins a tale of his own in verse. The woman quickly responds with another poem, and the entire caravan slows to listen to the entertaining competition. Join the crowd and cheer on the competitors. We need to stay vigilant. Ignore the poetry contest and keep an ear out for danger, or join in with a verse of your own. Sure, let's join in. The whole caravan is shocked when the first line of your poem rings out. You mimic both contestants, adding your own spin to their tales. At last, you end with a joke, and at your own expense, and the peasants wildly applaud. And morale has improved. Lovely. And Chandler says, hey man, this is an interesting looking game. Oh dang, it is interesting as heck. I really love this game. It's so delicious. Do go and check it out, all of you. Banner Saga, the Banner Saga. Little do you know, you can also type in humble, exclamation mark humble, to go to the Humble store and buy this game for your own if you wanna. Cause dog damn, I've been making decisions which got a lot of people died or killed or not. So maybe you guys can go and maybe you guys wanna go back and replay this game on your own and make different decisions and see how it goes. Anyway, Auk Frost, the young girl who joined your caravan after being found nearly frozen, suddenly stands still, refusing to move. She points off to the side of the trail and stares, her eyes full of fear. This again, remarks one of the clansmen nearby. Show me, I say. She nods and slowly draws a tent. Edge, she says. pointing to the tent and then again off the trail. Your confusion prompts her to draw another symbol on the tent, one you've seen before on Dredge armor. So we can ignore her, move on, stop the caravan and find an alternate route, lead a full party to ambush what you suspect might be Dredge, or send scouts ahead just to check just in case. And Iraqi Pooh, hello there, welcome to the stream. You said that this game was available earlier in Twitch Prime if you had it. Oh yeah. If you guys also were subscribing to Twitch Prime, you also, I think last month, this game was in the pack of games you could go and play. And it's delicious. So the good thing from Twitch Prime is that you could get this game for much less, and I don't know if you get to keep games from Twitch Prime or not. I like the Humble Bundle things because they're fun, and they also get you a Steam code so you can add this game to your ever-growing Steam library of games. But the Prime is a very good alternative because you also get, if you guys are into the Twitch constantly, you know, it's good to invest in this platform, and you also get some games, kind of like the Humble Monthly. But the Twitch Prime, I feel like it's cheaper. I don't know. Anyway, or you can send scouts ahead to check just in case. Let's send those scouts and see how it goes. A few scouts begrudgingly head in the direction Alkfrosta is pointing. In mere moments, war horns ring out and the scouts run back with a huge continent of dredge on their heels. Though you're able to get men on their feet in time, the fight is brutal and over quickly. You curse your luck as you count the bodies. There was 19 fighters, 8 Varl, and morale has declined a little bit because of the fighting. Holy deep tenderoo! Oni, thank you so very much for this delicious resubwoofing of yours. 3 months in a row. Haven't you subwoof yesterday? How did this happen? Nonetheless, thank you so very much for subwoofing, and welcome to the premium canine pack of the subwoofers. Thank you. And you say blap. Oh, thanks for the blap as well. As you will learn, blap is not only for cats, despite some people thinking it is only for cats. Controversy. The imposing godstone of Bjorov, however you say that, approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confining forest and in open fields. In fact, in honor of Bjorov, some of the caravan kegs of mead and wine before anyone can stop them. To the only god that matters, they shout. Everyone drinks and you're glad for the merriment that has swept over the caravan. And let's join the merrymakers. You accept the mead being offered to you and settle in to enjoy one of the few times you felt good since leaving Skoger. Somehow, despite everything that's happened, you're able to let it go for a short while. As the hour becomes late, the caravan is eventually ready to get back on the road. The day by Bureau of Stone is one of the few memories that hasn't been tarnished by the specter of bad fortune, you think to yourself. We never got to inspect the Godstone and get whatever trinket was there, alas. God damn it. But we got a morale improvement. And Bone says change subwoofs. Oni, please, you cry. And Oni, why you do no damage? And Bone says Husky hacked. I think that re-subwoofs don't do as much damage as new subwoofs. And Oni, no, actually this is notification you've been with Doug for 3 months. Aw. Thank you nonetheless. Oh yeah, and 3 months in a row. So yeah, I think that you don't deal damage when you're just re-subwoofing or keeping going on your subwoofing. Your Subwoofscription. The only people that deal damage is new subwoofers. But what truly deals damage, I think, is donations and bits. Although, if I'm not mistaken, the overkill mechanic is in place. So because Husky Huz donated like 1,000 bits, he has more health, or it takes more damage to kill him? I don't know. Anyway, a trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large wounded varl. He's gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one in particular, and occasionally slamming his cudgel on the ground. If not for the heavy bleeding, you'd leave this one alone without a second thought. We can help if we want. Try to have healers tend to his wound, abandon the varl and move on, or leave food and medicine and walk away. You can help if you want. You crazy bastard. In a heartbeat, the varl is on his feet, swinging his massive weapon. You jump clear of as the cudgel smashes through the trunk of a tree. Your party scatters to avoid the fallen timber. Once you recover, the varl is long gone, leaving only another trail of blood, which you decide against following this time. Well then, that happened. Hi Nivik, it's a new city.
Nivik is more of a smattering of farmhouses than a proper town. Though judging by stray dredge stalking through empty fields, it is barely even that anymore.
Here we are. Reinivik comes and goes as a long series of farmhouses, abandoned and crawling with dredge. The farmers have probably already fled to Borosgard. You try to hurry past, but are eventually spotted. Dredge start ambling in your direction. What is that? Points out Odleaf up near one of the long houses. In the distance, a large person, clothed seemingly covered in blood, is cursing loudly and stumbling about. He staggers into a long house, laughing. The dredge heading your direction turns back, roaring, and begins to pound at the long house door. You seem to be holding a grudge against this particular person. You doubt the door will hold long. Leave quickly while luck holds. Rush to help or lead the dredge away. Let's try and rush to help this poor person. We need the extra renown nonetheless. Against my better judgment, we should probably do something, you say. The others agree, even though it means putting them all at risk. As you quietly approach, the dredge have managed to splinter the door and break through. Hey! Shouts a varl wearing all red, standing on the other side of the dredge. Came all the way up here just for me. He seems unconcerned about the dredge as he hoists his enormous sword. We got an item. Scarred Feather. And Sigbjorn is the new friend we've got. With the Scarlet Feather, which gives him +2 movement and -1 aggro. Well, no matter who you are, you're with us now. And you already have very high stats, as far as high stats can go. Unit recording party. At this time, Sigbjorn is recorded in the battle party because, you know, this is the whole thing is about him after all. So go Rook, go Ivor as well, as always. Go as well. Low level people, I need to level up these little duderinos and dudettes. Need, you get to join in there. Ekil, you chew, and Ivind, Krummer, Adleaf, and Led. Who gets to join us this time around? Adleaf. So Sigbjorn, Rook, Ivor, Udleaf, Ekil, and Nid. Yeah, that seems like a good enough lineup. Lots of fresh faces. Gonna do the worst against the impending doom that is these enemies here in this city of Yakyakyav, or whatever name it was it had. I don't remember. Let's get ready for battle. The last battle before we have to end this stream. So strap on and enjoy this. this battle between a few dredge and some people who have decided to sit around and wait for conflict. There's a lot of spectators, by the way. I wonder if those were people who were already inside the longhouse and were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Or if there's another story to it. So Sigbjorn, I don't know what your movement is, but you have this pinch-wing attack, which is good. You can hit people from very far away, which is good. Either you can get to that guy or these guys, which is good. Ekil, you have to stay there. Odleaf behind you, that's so she can hit them. Actually, you switch places with Rook. And that's it. Sigbjorn, you will go first, which might not be a good idea. So do your worst. So you can already come here and do this pinch-wing attack, but I feel like that would be very precarious. It would be best if you could just do some armor damage for now. The first one to have a turn is going to be you, so that's okay. Let's deal armor damage to you instead. You have way too much armor. You don't need that much armor. Now Rook. There's a lot of those little ranged persons around. Make sure they're not that big a threat. Wow. You have way too much strength, Dudorino. Odleaf. Gonna do more strength damage than you're gonna do armor damage, so go with that. Echo. Wait, what? Oh, he blinded you, so you can't use exertion now. God damn it. Can you use guts? Oh, you can. So you do damage to this guy. Need. So your range is up to your attack range is up to 5, and you can go all the way up to 7, but nobody is in range. So you will have to move, unfortunately. I feel like you can kill him. You have enough strength in your frail body to down him. And you, gun of 2.0, you can come in here and do your spin twin again. Instead though, you decided to go and attack Rook, because why not? However, Rook has incredible armor breaking powers. Oh, bye Echo. Now Ivor. do some damage. Maybe it would have been good to have Ivan here with us. He could have done a lot of armor damage to these people. Wait, what does your guts do? 1 strength damage and knocks back damage to all units adjacent to the target. Knocks back adjacent units up to 2 tiles doing 1 damage per tile, so he can do up to 3 damage per unit that he gets to push away. That. Wow. Sure. Do that. And you have way too much armor, sir. And you can do your spin twin again. 1 damage point by 1 damage point, and eventually everybody goes dead. It's gonna take forever though. Okay, decided to kill her instead of killing Ivor. Not sure how I feel about that though. But what do you know? Ivor's down. Echo, now's the time for you to use your delicious powers to break some armor and push these people away. Ow. God damn it. I need nobody's in range. This guy's in range. Okay, that's good. But he's going to kill poor Echo. Steve Bjorn, you go there and do your thing. You don't have enough willpower to do your spin twin. Now you do. Rook, use your incredible armor breaking powers. Again. And break this guy's armor. He needs to start taking some damage ASAP. Ow. Yep. Oh, RIP Rook. It's just these two. I feel like I may have fucked up my strategies a little bit. Things are definitely not going well. No, don't kill her. God damn it. I told you not to kill her, and you went and did the exact opposite of that. So Sigbjorn, the guy who we came here to save, is the only one that's gonna make it out alive. Well then. I'm okay with that, actually. Awards. Tempered by blood, pain and resolve, Odleaf has got a promotion, but she's injured. Alongside Ivor, Ekil, Nid, and Rook. Literally everybody who's partaken in this battle have been injured. We got 9 renown. That's good enough, I think. Welcome to my mad house, Sigbjorn's House of Mad. Mad, I don't know. Wasn't expecting a varl this far south, or this drunk. I can see that. There are people huddled in the corner of the mead hall, looking on with uneasiness. Who are all these? Who are you people? No, they're friends. They made this place, it's not really mine. You lured Dredge back to a room full of unarmed people. What is wrong with you? Come on, I saved everyone in here. They shared some fine drink. The best drink. Wait, I was saving your ass, remember that part? If you knew you'd come up here, you could have told me. What? What do we do with this guy? Anyone here is welcome to join us. The townspeople show you a huge stack of barrels filled with quality mad and help you haul them back to the caravan. I'll miss this place. Good memories, says Sigbjorn. But enough of that. With some help you gather up the casks of mad and head back to the caravan. Sigbjorn and the other survivors in tow. The caravan gives the boisterous Var a large berth as you set off to Borisgard. So that's where we're going. Let's take camp. Set camp for a little short while. Because dang dog damn, we need to rest. Everybody's injured. Look at this. Just take a quick, fast look at this. Nid is injured, she needs 1 day to rest. Rook is injured, he needs 1 day to rest. Ekil is very injured, he needs 2 days to rest. Ivor is very injured, he needs 3 days to rest. And Odleaf, she's also injured and needs a day to rest. So we're gonna stop and rest for 3 days. The good thing is that in this time, morale has certainly improved. Despite we using some supplies to do that. So, finally we're going to Borisgard, which isn't that far away. We can get there in half an hour, 1 hour tops. An aging and senile mess of a city that can't remember whether it wants to sell you something or steal everything you've got, while Ormsdal grew early into an important hub of trade. Its twin city, Borisgard, became the place to buy things nobody else was willing to hawk. It's greatly supported by the potent item harvested in Rheinvik and Tistel, and plagued by huge disparities between the extremely rich and the suffering poor. So that's where we're going next time on this show that we do. We don't have a name for the show though. We should have a name. On canine stream time, I guess. But as it happens, it's time to say goodbye for today. We've done some trekking.
Let me sing you a song of my people. Bork, 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 bork.
Why, thank you, Oni, for those generous bits. And also, that's a deliciously lovely song. Thank you so much for that. And congratulations on taking place number uno and beating Bones as the top boy. As the current top boy of this month at least. So just to recap this lovely adventure of us, we left Skoger, we went to Frostvalor, then we went to Wormtoad, then we went to Einetoft, then we decided let's go to Sigrholm, but instead of going down we went around and passed through Halkerstorp.
And to take the Strime boss.
And then finally we then went down to Sigrholm, and now we passed Rheinvik, and now we're going to Boisgard. So that has been our trek so far. It was was crazy. But anyway. And also, Oni, thank you so very much for that delicious 300 more bits.
Oof.
I really appreciate it. And thank you so very much. And also, congratulations, now you are the stream boss as it happens. Good luck defending that place from the unsuspecting passerbys who wanna become the new stream boss and top boy of the stream. And also, thank you, Raggy Poo, for the bit donations too. Well, few more of those, and eventually you're gonna become the new stream boss. But anyway, this is it for today. It's time for us to stop playing this game because we have been playing for 4 hours. I've been narrating quite a lot of happenstances, and it's time for us to take a break and go on with our lives. And we will resume this adventure tomorrow. I hope to see you here tomorrow as we play some more delicious Banner Saga. With that, I want to thank you all so very much for joining in today's party quote unquote, as we played more Banner Saga. I'll be back tomorrow with more of this delicious game that I'm sure everybody here loves to pieces. Because if you didn't love it, you probably would have left the stream by now, but because you guys are still here, I know that in some way, some mysterious, unfathomable way, you like this game somehow. And I'm glad you do. Or maybe not the game per se, but my company. Nonetheless, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very much. But now it is finally time to say goodbye, and I'll be seeing you next time, which is possibly tomorrow, or whenever. But in any case, do go and check out those lovely, those other lovely streamers, delicious people who are playing all sorts of things, games, and, you know, doing great things with their lives. And do go to them, say hi, tell that I sent you, and, you know, enjoy it and have fun. But of all the people who are there today doing things, maybe today we get to go and raid the Big Bad Wolf for life. Just playing some Dead by Daylight, and as I have got to know, a lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but some of you enjoyed that game, which is a deliciously good thing. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Thank you so very much, and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.